It's a championship day in Lincoln at Memorial Stadium, the home of the Huskers. Today we crown number one in Class C2 of the 1996 Nebraska State High School football playoffs, Cambridge and Norfolk Catholic. Hello everybody, Jim Rose, along with former Husker All-American Tommy Frazier. It's a big, big day for both of these teams and all of these kids, and they get a chance to play on the Memorial Stadium turf. What do you think is going through their minds?
Well, right now, I think the main thing that's going through their heads right now is going out and playing the state championship game. A lot of the kids know this might be the last time they're able to play for a championship, so they're just going to make the most of it right now.
Yeah, the weather is not going to be very good, Tommy. We've got rain and drizzle and freezing rain. Cambridge is an offense geared to the wishbone. Is this the kind of weather conditions they like, or will it hurt them?
Well, who knows? They might hurt them because when the ball gets wet, you have a tendency of fumbling the ball. So right now, I don't think this was benefits either team.
Norfolk Catholic lost a ball game in the first game of the year. They've since reeled off 11 wins, so it's like they're undefeated.
Yeah, it's like they're undefeated. The first game is where the coach sit there and evaluate the players, see what type of team he's going to have. But they gained their confidence and passion and came back and won the rest of their games.
Two tradition-rich programs, Cambridge, which had a long winning streak, snapped in the playoffs a year ago, back in the title game, and Norfolk Catholic. And we're going to hear from the coaches in just a moment. For the title in Class C2, Norfolk Catholic and Cambridge, and we've got a visit with Jeff Beller, who's head coach of Norfolk Catholic, and many believe you should be the most valuable player. Ball club only won a single game a year ago. After all of your success there before, you leave for 1 year, come back, and you're in the title game.
Well, we feel very good about that. I think a lot of things fell into place. Our kids played extremely well, and all of our coaches did a great job, and we feel good about where we are right now, and we're trying to get ready for Cambridge.
Some believe that to win the championship, Jeff, you have to have one great player. You don't have that, but you have about 3 or 4 very effective ones.
Well, we are a team that really maybe doesn't have one true standout, but we have a bunch of kids that play hard together, and really the heart of the team has been our seniors leading the team and staying together and playing really well together, so that's kind of the key to this football team.
Cambridge is an offensive juggernaut. They just chew up yardage as if it was nothing. What about slowing down a wishbone?
Well, obviously we're a little worried about that, because you're right, they've scored a lot of points and they've got a lot of yards, but we're going to try to give them some different looks defensively. We've talked to our kids about, we think the key for us defensively is how well we tackle. If we do a good job of tackling, don't miss tackles, we think we'll have an opportunity to win a football game.
Jeff, good luck.
Thank you.
That's Jeff Beller, head coach of Norfolk Catholic. And Dan Keyser of the Cambridge Trojans. A perfect season so far. It'd be awfully disappointing if you didn't get a title, huh?
Oh, we're glad to be here, but our kids have really played well. Preseason, we were unranked, unrated, so we feel good about what we've done thus far.
Your offense has been unbelievable this year. You chewed up a tremendous amount of yards, and you've scored 70 points 3 times.
Yeah, we've been pretty explosive, running the ball, throwing the ball, and we have a good balanced attack. And our young kids have come in and played well for us, so yeah, we've been able to put some points on the board.
And you talked about how you were sort of unrespected in the preseason, and yet you had a 35-game winning streak snapped last year. Your kids expect to win, don't they?
Yeah, that's kind of unbelievable. That whether we were a top 10 team or not, we thought that we had to respect at least a token one spot anywhere, and they never. So it's worked out really well for us. The kids have taken that on as a lack of respect, and so it's been a great motivator throughout the year.
And good luck.
Thank you, Jim.
That's Dan Keyser, coach of Cambridge, and we're going to be back with the national anthem, the lineups, and the kickoff. Class C2 to decide a champion today, Cambridge or Norfolk Catholic. We'll be right back. Chilly day in Lincoln, but a big day for Cambridge and Norfolk Catholic as the Knights of Norfolk Catholic and the Trojans of Cambridge meet up for the Class C2 championship. 31 degrees. It's nippy in the stands and around Lincoln, Nebraska today. And now let's turn to the public address announcer here at Memorial Stadium, Rick Schwiger, for our national anthem.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please all rise as North Bend Central High School Choir sings our national anthem.
The weather today, Tommy Frazier, will have an impact on the game, I think specifically to Cambridge, because this is a ball club that handles the football a ton. They run a wishbone offense, and they've been very effective at it. Turnovers are going to probably tell the tale in this one.
Yeah, I think turnovers is going to be the big question here. How well can Cambridge execute their wishbone offense and keep the ball in their hands?
They will be the designated visitors. Cambridge will be. They are dressed in the orange and the black. The Trojans, one of the stout powers in all of Nebraska high school football in all sports. They have had tremendous legend of tremendous success there. Ed Thompson, the quarterback of UNO this year, and those great Mavericks up in Omaha, is a Cambridge Trojan. So a lot of noted alumna, and most definitely they have designs on a championship in high school football in 1996. And again, we defer to Rick Schwiger, the PA announcer, here to introduce us to the starting lineups and the members of these two finalists.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the University of Nebraska and Memorial Stadium for this, the C2 State Football Championship game between our visiting team, Cambridge Trojans, and the home team, Norfolk Catholic Knights. And now for the team introductions, beginning with our visiting team, Cambridge. Number 10, Ryan Ditterding. Number 11, Ryan Jones. Number 14, Zach Jones. Number 20, Eric Strait. Number 22, Ryan Goodenberger. Number 25, Pat Harding. Number 28, Travis Cobb. Number 30, Tony Berg. Number 31, Bryce Miller. Number 32, Barry Hilton. Number 34, Robert Miller. Number 36, Justin Miller. Number 40, Ryan Omert. Number 41, Aaron Getch. Number 50, Kim Evans. Number 62, Grant Mulring. Number 66, Dustin Muse. Number 69, Brian Miller. Number 75, Kevin Harsh. Number 76, Chris Gusford. Number 78, Chipper Witt. And number 89, Brad Witt. And the head coach of the Cambridge Trojans, Dan Kieser. And now for the introductions of the home team, Norfolk Catholic Knights. Number 2, Matt Brewer. Number 3, Landon Hecker. Number 4, Jesse Otto. Number 7, Jason Lamley. Number 8, Trent Cooksley. Number 11, Paul Hughes. Number 12, Ben Pitts. Number 14, David Petta. Number 24, Mike Verbicki. Number 42, Jeremy Starkle. Number 44, Adam Herrick. Number 51, Sean Barrett. Number 52, Rich Abler. Number 54, Tim Raymakers. Number 55, Lee Rexius. Number 57, Ryan Craven. Number 65, Dave Johnson. Number 69, John Steifbergen. Number 73, Tim Rexius. Number 78, Grant Miles. Number 80, Dusty Kaiser. And the head coach of the Knights is Jeff Bellar.
And the rest of Norfolk Catholic, 11-1. They have won 11 in a row after an opening season defeat at the hands of Battle Creek, the Braves of legendary coach Bob Schnitzler. Well, it's been highly touted up in Norfolk this year, Tommy Fraser, that maybe of all of the folks on that football team, the one guy that ought to get most valuable player is the head coach, Jeff Beller. He was there for 10 years, up through 1994, and he had the ball club in the playoffs 9 of those 10 years. And then he took the head coaching job at Norfolk High School across town, and the Panthers under Jeff were fine and went 7-4, but Catholic went 1-7. So they brought him back, and this next year he's got him in the title game.
Well, yeah, he should get the most valuable player award for this team. Anytime a coach can leave a school and have success at another school, then come back and take the school from the bottom all the way to the championship game, it shows that he's a great coach.
What he has is just a whole bunch of hard-nosed football players. Nobody on this ball club is really outstanding. If you look at some of the statistical numbers, which give you an indication of how productive people are, you got Paul Hughes, who is just a sophomore quarterback, and he's been effective, 1,243 yards, but only 9 touchdowns. But Jason Lamley has 600 yards. Jeremy Starkle has 675 rushing, and Jesse Otto, another back, has 629. So what they've done is they've just gone out and played well all the time, not made mistakes, and here they are ready to win the championship if they can defeat high-powered Cambridge.
Yeah, that's one thing. If you can put a team out there without the star athletes who go out there and play together and play consistent all year long, you have a pretty good chance of being in this final game.
Of course, Cambridge, as we told you in the pregame show with Coach Dan Keyser, is very accustomed to this level of success. They had a 35 consecutive games win streak snapped by Sutherland in the playoffs a year ago, but they have gone to approximately as much success as before. 12 straight wins this year. They are number 5, having come in unranked. But no doubt this is a team that has churned up opponents offensively. And with this 50-point-per-game average, they really expect to be able to move the football.
But when you come into a game, state championship game, averaging 50 points, then that puts a lot of pressure on your opposing team's defense. But with the day's weather like this, who knows? It might cut the points down, but I still look for this Cambridge offense to look very powerful and look very explosive today.
Because it gets soggy and the wind whips around, I know we're probably going to have a few anxious moments in the kicking game.
Oh yeah, on days like this, the kicking game is very important because here on a surface like this, if you don't have the right cleats, the right shoes on, you can lose your footing. So right now, the special teams, kicking game, punting, kickoff return, kickoffs, there's going to be the most critical parts of the game.
A soggy but excited crowd here at Memorial Stadium today as the Huskers host the state championships in Class C2. Cambridge playing in its 4th final in the last 5 years against Norfolk Catholic, a team that Cambridge defeated in the championship game in 1993. And in fact, those Cambridge Trojans have won championships 3 times, in 1987 and then back-to-back titles in 93 and 94. They were runners-up in 1978 and 1992. When you talk about tradition, you've got 2 of the better ones right here. As a matter of fact, Norfolk Catholic is a team which consistently has been rated among the top 5 in all of Class C2. So the offense and the defense of Norfolk Catholic against the outstanding high-powered attack of Cambridge for Class C2 in 1996. They are missing one of the top players. An injury has affected Chipper Witt of Cambridge. He was a 2-way player on both offense and defense. He is not suited up for today, although he is on the field, on the sideline for moral support, but he is out with a knee injury. And it means that they are turning over his responsibility largely to his brother, Brad Witt, senior at 172 pounds, who plays on the defensive end position. Norfolk Catholic in the red uniforms designated the home team, and Pat Harding will kick off. They will defend the goal to the north. Cambridge gets the football first. And deep to receive is their outstanding all-caliber, super productive junior Eric Strait, who has contributed 34 touchdowns. He wears number 20 in orange and black of Cambridge High. You can expect without question as much emotion at this level as any, for if you look at Nebraska high school football, some of the more evenly matched ball clubs come in Class C and C1 and C2. Generally, the heights and the weights are about the same. There's not much of a disparity in enrollment and community population, and they are fervently behind their ball clubs in Class C. Cambridge and Norfolk Catholic. The red and white of Catholic up against the orange and black of Cambridge. West versus east, if you will, too. An end-over-end kick taken by one of the up men, Robert Miller of Cambridge. He's dragging a knight all the way outside the 40 to the 44. Hanging on for dear life was Tim Raymakers. But a good return off a short kick, and the wishbone attack is ready to crank up the opening series of the ballgame.
Yes, as you can see on that play right there is a short kickoff, and Raymakers only has one thing in mind. That's to return the ball up the field as far as he can. Right here, he sees the alley, takes it, and there he is. You see, drags a Norfolk Catholic player about 6-7 yards.
Quarterback is Zach Jones. We'll fill out the backfield for you in a moment. Throwing on first down. Incomplete. His target was Ryan Dieterding, the split end, but a breakup on the play by Matt Brewer, who has 74 tackles from the free safety position. Tony Berg, Brian Amert, and Eric Strait comprise the backfield for Cambridge.
Well, we talked about earlier this wishbone attack. We thought Cambridge would come out running, but the first play you see they're trying to establish their passing game.
Strait is the halfback on the left side of the quarterback, and this is the fullback Amert, who's scored 9 touchdowns this year, and he bolts ahead on 2nd and 10 from the 44 and gets it up to near the 47-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Right here, you just have a straight handoff, quick dive to the fullback. He gains 3 yards on the play.
May take him a while to get untracked against Norfolk Catholic, but once they do, it is all man take cover, for they have scored 70 points 3 times this year. Strait not going to get the first down. Good work by the inside of the Catholic defense as the Knights move over and get in position. Rich Craven, number 57, helped out on Eric Strait, and That is handle with caution. Well, that kid is so explosive at 170 pounds, and he gets good blocking and reads it well. The Norfolk Catholic holds. They gave up a broken play on the kick return, but only surrender 8 yards. It's 4th down and 2, and Cambridge is ready to boot it away. And Ryan Gutenberger is the guy that, well, not at all. They're going to go for it here on the 48. 4th and 2. Think they can get it. Flag flies. This may change the complexion of this play call. Our referee is Stan Campbell. Delay game, Cambridge. Now it is 4th down and more like 7. Stan Campbell, Bill Goa Jr. is the umpire. Garland Miles is the line judge. Steve Cords is the linesman, and Mark Powell is the back judge today.
You're right there. You're just going to see the first big call of the game, but delay the game and cause problems. We'll push it back 5 yards.
Now Gutenberger is ready to do it. He stands at his 31. 2 Knights are deep. At snap, they weren't putting their heat on, so he gets it away. And Cambridge tags it down at the 24-yard line in the person of Barry Hilton. 1st and 10 for the Knights of Norfolk Catholic and their fine head coach, Jeff Beller. The quarterback is just a sophomore, and he's not even very big. 140-pound Paul Hughes, number 11. There's one fan of Dustin Muse, one of the hogs up front for Cambridge.
As you saw on the first punt by Cambridge, you saw the weather take effect. The punter dropped the snap, but he had no pressure. He had enough time to pick it up and kick it away.
This Norfolk Catholic version of Matt Turman right here. Lamley, number 7, is his best back. Jesse Otto is in the block as they throw the football out, incomplete. Mike Verbicki, the split end, was the target. He was covered up nicely on the play by Justin Miller. Oh, it's 2nd and 10.
As you see right here, Norfolk Catholic come out with a quick 3-step drop, try to hit the guy in the flat. Just underthrew it just a little.
Trent Cooksley, number 8, brings the play in. Across the way, Norfolk Catholic manning the home sideline. Fullback is Jeremy Starkle. And Jesse Otto starts at I-back behind the QB Hughes. And here is Otto cradling the ball and barreling over the left side from the 24 up to the 27. That's good for 3. It'll be 3rd and long. Otto, 629 yards on 114 carries this year.
Norfolk Catholic has come out the first couple plays and shown one 1st down pass, 2nd down and run. So right now they're trying to keep it balanced right now. They're trying to see what they can find out that's going to work for them most effectively this game.
Out of the Republican Valley Conference is Cambridge. From the Mid-State Conference is Catholic, and the left-hander Hughes lets it fly. He's got a man wide open, but just off of his fingertips at the 44. Streaking along the sideline, it was almost completed, but Landon Hecker could not handle it, number 3.
And you see that was a great pass by the quarterback there. He throws the ball up, but like you want, like the receiver run up under it.
It brings us a 4th down, and we are ready to see for the first time Norfolk Catholic punter Aaron Kalhoff. He was scheduled to do the booting, number 10. Head down at an end-over-end knuckleball. Received by Cambridge's Pat Harding, and he is wrapped up on the play on a nice play off the special teams by starting split-end Brewer, safety man and split-end Brewer for Norfolk Catholic. With good field position once more for the Trojans, Tommy Frazier. They're going to get the football at their own 48.
Oh, yeah. Their first drive, they started off at the 45. This drive, they started at the 40 on their own 48.
This is their 2nd offensive series. They made 8 on the first one. Mr. Jones to the fullback, and Amert draws a crowd across midfield. He is taken down rudely on the play by Sean Barrett, number 51. Amert, like most, I think, effective fullbacks in high school football, is also a good pass receiver. He caught 18 coming in.
Yes, if you have a fullback who can carry the ball, block, you want to see if he can catch the ball. If you have a fullback that can catch, he's very effective in the offense or any type of offensive system.
And a fumble, but Jones is back on top of it. They ran the belly series with a fullback. Catholic got in the way, and Craven busted the whole thing up, number 57. The ball popped down, but Jones was able to cover it. That's the first, and we'll keep track of those fumbles because they could come in a bunch here today.
As you see right here, he faked the ball to the fullback, but as soon as he was faking it, the fullback got hit. And like I said, handling the ball is going to be very critical for either offense.
3rd and 9 at the 49. Here's the bone. Jones on the option, and he doesn't get much. Craven draped over his back. 3 downs, only 4 yards for the Trojans, and they got to boot it once more.
Right, you see some type of belly option. Quarterback decides to keep the ducks up inside, carries it down for 3 yards.
Brewer is deep, so too is Otto. As we see the second punt by Gutenberger. This one's high. The last one was low, but a spiraling kick. They're not going to have it. It is tagged down at the 3-yard line, and I believe Norfolk Catholic, no, they are going to keep it. For a moment, it appeared as though Otto had somehow gotten a fingertip on it. We'll see as we look at the replay. But he was messing with that football in the wrong way. He was slightly disjointed in whether to return it or let it go, and he sort of did both. And lucky that the thing didn't come off of him. Otherwise, Cambridge be in business at the 3-yard line offensively. As it is, they got great field. But look at him. He doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, right here he made 2 mistakes. The first mistake was letting the ball hit the ground. All coaches, anytime the ball is kicked, you want to catch the ball. Second thing, once the ball hit the ground, he tried following into the end zone. Once the ball hit the ground, get away from it.
Here's Paul Hughes giving it off to the fullback, and Jeremy Starkle gets good yardage from the 3 out to near the 8. That's 5 on first down. He may have lost track of the situation, Tommy, and thought it was a kickoff, and for a brief moment thought, wait, that's a live ball I got to go after, because you rarely see a punt returner chase it around like that.
Well, maybe he thought he can catch off one of those good bounces off the carpet, but chances like that you just don't want to take.
2nd down, and he got 5. Here's Lamley. Dieterding wraps him up and throws him back at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 5.
There you see that Cambridge defense really stacking it up in the middle. First down, they gave up 5 yards, but second down, they gave up 2 yards. So they really bucking it up in the middle right now.
Lamley is really a fine back. He was outstanding for them last year. One of the best work ethics in all of high school football. He's legendary for the extra time that he puts in. He's number 7 there at the tail of the tandem. Starkle out in front to block. 3rd and 5 for sophomore Hughes. Option series for Starkle, and he's going to get the first down. They pushed things right over his tackle, Steifbergen, and his guard, Grant Miles, that way. And it worked for a first down as Starkle moves the sticks forward to the 14, and they get a fresh 4.
Right here, they only need 3 yards, so what do? Give it to your fullback and let him see if he's strong enough to get 3 yards. And right here, they hand it to him, and he fights and struggles, but he gains 4.
No score at 6:17 in the first quarter. This is the second series for Catholic as Hughes sends trips wide to the right side. Bottom of your screen. Lamley out of the backfield in motion. Fullback gets it. And he runs into some problem right up the front. Brian Miller. Linebacker with 138 tackles to his credit this year. Puts the hit on him.
And that play didn't fool anyone. They sent the guy in motion, trying to draw some confusion and hand up to the fullback quickly, but that linebacker core of Cambridge stand right there. They weren't faked out at all.
And Miller needs just a moment to tie up his shoelaces. Again on this set, 3 wide receivers line up to the right of quarterback Paul Hughes. They are Brewer and Verbicki. Lamley too. Lamley is in the slot. It's 2nd down and 9. That is Lamley in motion. Almost intercepted. Harding had a shot at it, number 25. The target for Verbicki could not reel it in.
Pass just a little high, gave the defensive back the opportunity to come across and tip the ball. Right here, you see he takes a 3-step drop, throws the ball right there. The defensive back tips it up in the air and gives his defensive man a chance to come off and intercept the ball off the tip. He just missed it.
Catholic is throwing with the wind in the first quarter. It's whipping at 15 to 25 miles an hour out of the north. 3rd down and 9. Left-hander Hughes scrambles. It is received on the play by Trent Cooksley, who was the 3rd choice. The first choice on the play was the tight end Kiesler. It went through his hands, finally received by Cooksley, number 8. Not how, but how many, and a first down for the Knights of Norfolk Catholic.
Well, if you look at this play, you will see he had 3 receivers in line for that ball. The first receiver was too high. The second receiver, it went through his hand. The third receiver came back and caught it. So I don't know what kind of route that was, but it worked.
It's going to revolutionize the forward pass if it was designed that way. New fullback into the ballgame for Norfolk Catholic on 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. He's Adam Herrick. Starkle out for a moment. The end around. Brewer, good yardage. Crosses the 40 up to the 43. Back Brewer with 332 yards of his own. Gets good blocking on the right side of the offensive line. And as you'll see, he makes good production on 1st down and 10.
What you see here, you saw 2 fakes to the running backs and hands to the wide receiver, coming back, pulling back around, and on a reverse play, he saw alley up inside, ducks it up, gains it 7 yards on the play.
Johnson and Miles are the tackle and guard tandem on the right side. A good pulling block that time by Lee Rexius, too. Brewer in motion on 2nd down and 4. And that second fullback into the lineup, Herrick, struggles for maybe 1.
As you saw again, that it seemed like for some reason that Cambridge defense is keen on the fullback. So as soon as he gets the ball, you have three or four guys hitting him. So obviously they looked at films on this Norfolk Catholic offense and see that they love to get the fullback the ball. So they're going to stop anything going up the middle.
4:20 in the first quarter, no score, as we're bundled up in Lincoln. C2 title game. Cambridge in the white jerseys against the red-shirted Norfolk Catholic Knights. Lamley has some attention, and he won't get the first down. Brian Miller with outstanding pursuit.
And if you're a coach, a defensive coordinator, and you call this play, you call the blitz at the right time. Here it is, you see, he came through untouched. So coaches make calls like that, makes their job a lot easier.
Got a couple of first downs to get the ball into Dangerville, but that's when the drive stalls, and here is Kalhoff's second punt. Straight, bobbles, that's the second one. Cannot advance it past the 22. Cambridge 1st and 10 at the 22, their worst field position through their first 3 possessions. And again, we can expect all sorts of excitement on punt fielding and kickoff returns today.
Oh yeah, today with the way the weather is, with the wind blowing 15 to 25 miles per hour, it's rain, sleet, drizzles coming out of the air, the wet turf, wet ball. You're going to expect some botches in the football. Already today, we've already seen 3 mistakes so far.
That's for Chipper Witt, Cambridge offensive lineman. Third try now for Zach Jones. Tony Berg gets the mail. He's the right side halfback, and he struggles ahead to the 24. Plenty of Catholic Knights there, led by Rich Abler. 94 tackles from his defensive tackle spot to get the hit.
Right now, the way this Catholic defensive play is showing, it looks like it's going to be kind of hard for them just to run their basic offense against this defense. So I feel what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to go back, as you saw in the first play of the game, and try some play action to open that middle up a little.
Still trying to struggle forward on 2nd down and 8. They'll get 2 more as a penalty marker hits the stack. Tony Berg to try it once more. It's a face mask against the red shirts.
Right there, that's a big call. That's a big call against that Catholic defense, because they were playing well so far in the first quarter. That gives Cambridge another opportunity, gives them first down. It might even give their offense a little firepower there, a little rejuvenation.
When we think of a classic wishbone attack, we think of what Oklahoma used to use and what Alabama used to run. But those were straight option wishbones. You're not going to see as much option out of these guys. More power football. Just get two blockers in front of one of those halfbacks.
Yeah, that is one way you can use the wishbone. And these days in high school, this is the way you're seeing teams use it, because the option offense out of the wishbone is very difficult to implement into your system. So right now, they're mainly using it just for two backs to block for the other back.
And here is Straight with the best run of the first period. Nearly 10. As Eric Straight drags a couple of Catholic Knights over that right side of his offensive line with Dustin Muse and Chris Gufford blocking. He got 9 of the 10. Across midfield goes the football to the 47. He's dragging, folks.
That's what you call a good, hard, strong, aggressive run by a small guy. Matt
Brewer is thinking, I wonder if he's going to charge me for this ride. Well, maybe he got 10. They're going to pull the chain gang out. 2:19, first period, no score. Class C2 title game here on Championship Saturday in Lincoln. Missed it by that much. Nose of the football to the Catholic 47. That is Ryan Dieterding. Going to line up split end right off of his tackle, Kevin Harsh. And move into the tight position now and block some at just 211 pounds. Fullback is Ryan Omert. Straight is the dangerous one, wearing number 20. Second and short. Free down, so they're going to throw it. It's nearly intercepted. Good coverage on the play by Jesse Otto. The target was Dieterding. It'll be third and short.
Yeah, there you saw it again while I was stating earlier. You have to put some play action pass into your offense early in the game to open up that Catholic defense. And right here they try to do it. But Catholic, it's been third down. Catholic was there and ready for it, and great defensive coverage there by Otto.
Zach Jones, 57 completions for 1,247 yards. Right here ran for just 137. Here's some option. With Berg, got to get the first down. 34-yard line of Norfolk Catholic.
And there's the first option out of the wishbone. You fake it to your fullback. You have one guy going through, clean up the linebacker, then you pitch off the end guy, let the running back on the perimeter by himself. One-on-one with the defense back. He got a block. Someone kicks out here. He pitches. Someone kicks out right here. He cuts up under. There you see a strong, aggressive run. He still gained 5 yards after first contact.
He broke the tackle of Lee Rexius, and that didn't happen much this year. But Tony Berg turns in a fine run off that power series. 34.5-yard line. Under 2 minutes in period one. Deepest penetration for either ball club. Straight. With Harsh trying to move a Knight out of the way, number 75, he gets just 2. Eric Straight down to the 32, where it means second down and 8.
Here in the replay, here we go again, talking about how you, in the wishbone offense, you hand the ball off to one, let the other two guys block. This is a prime example of what Cambridge is trying to do with their wishbone offense.
Into the teeth of a 25-mile-an-hour wind. Cambridge on the ground for virtually all of this drive. Second down, about 8. Straight, dips to the outside, shakes a tackle. Takes on Brewer, got a first down out of bounds at the 17. He just butted heads with Matt Brewer. Craven came over to finish him off, but Straight showed some aggression.
And on that play, that's what you call self-determination. You know, right here on the replay, you see he gets the handoff. He takes up. He makes his first read right there. Everything's cluttered. So what does he do? He bounces outside, breaks one tackle, and the rest of this he does with pure speed and athleticism. Right, he takes on 2 guys right and still gains 3 yards.
Lots to cheer about on this drive as Cambridge moves it inside the 20. A quick pitch. Straight, gonna spin it in there. Touchdown.
Let's take another look at this touchdown. You see something that you haven't seen all game. Right here, they have a quick pick, made a quick pitch to the one back on the left side. No blocks or anything, and pitched it to him. Had two guys out there on two defenders. Basically, 3 against 2 with one ball carrier. As you see it again, he made a quick pitch to Straight. After he gets to 2 blocks, there's no one there to catch him.
It was just a matter of seeing how fast their guys on the end are. Not fast enough for Eric Straight, the all C2 caliber halfback. They're going to go for 2. As Cambridge dents the scoreboard first. Berg bursting in there for the 2-pointer.
You have it again, hard-nosed power football.
49 seconds in the first period as Berg and Straight connect. They add to their productive totals, and with 49 seconds remaining, it's 8 for Cambridge, Norfolk Catholic nothing. When you're running into the wind, you've got any kind of ability to consistently gain yards on the ground as they did, the whole tide of the ball game can change, because you have in effect not only defeated the defense timing, but you've also defeated the conditions, and that's not easy to do.
Yes, when you start the game going against that wind and you run the ball real well, just imagine what you can do when your back is to the wind and the wind is pushing you along. It'll make you that much more faster and put a lot of resistance against that defense trying to catch you.
Field position benefited very, very nicely. And with that, Cambridge was able to take the football all the way on down the field and stick it in the end zone. 8-0, with just 49 seconds remaining in period 1. So Norfolk Catholic now, team that has relied on a very balanced attack of running and passing, with stout defense and no mistakes. They haven't committed any yet except for a 15-yard face mask penalty. They'll try to answer as Cambridge boots it away. Jones does it. Brewer on the return, tackle at the 20. Got one excitable bunch of Cambridge Trojans now as Travis Cobb, number 28, does the damage.
That Cambridge kickoff coverage team is very excited right now. They did an excellent job here, sprinting down the field. One way you can beat the blocking on return, on the kickoff return, is speed. That's what you see, speed. You see 5 jerseys within 5 yards of him as soon as before he caught the ball.
Cambridge is not accustomed to giving much on defense. They gave up 34 to Grant, but won that game. They gave up 24 to Burwell, won that game. Otherwise, they have not given up any more than 20 all season long. Timeout for the moment, as the Cambridge kicker forgot his tee.
Well, he got caught up into the celebration, the excitement of a great play there. And he said, who needs the tee? Leave it out there.
Yeah. Jeremy Starkle, the starting fullback, is back in there for Norfolk Catholic. That is Zach Brewer in motion. Option for Hughes. Can't get a block on the corner. Turn it up. Maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they'll say actually got one. That's a good piece of running by Paul Hughes to get one out of it. A nice blocking over there by Jesse Otto.
But it also was great defensive coverage on the option by the Cambridge defense. Right here, you see, take it from the stand. Right here, he fakes the ball to the fullback. Right here, he wants to cut up, but there you see some right there in containment. So what are they doing now? They're using the sideline. They're forcing him towards the sideline, using the sideline so they can help push him out of bounds.
2nd and 9. They have the wind for 32 more seconds. Trip sets to the right. You can see the flanker man. That's Jesse Otto, who was the target, but it went through his hands and through the hands of a potential interceptor, Justin Miller. He wears number 36.
Right then, that was a bad read by Swinson. Then what he's looking at, he sees a guy hooking up. There you see the linebacker sitting there. He throwing into double coverage. Right there, maybe been a little better off by looking to the outside where there was single coverage on the receivers.
3rd down and 9. They'll go with just one setback on this set. Two flankers to the right, one to the left, and Brewer catches a swing pass, gets the block, and the first down. Tripped up at the 34. As Ryan Olmert, number 40, saved a touchdown. A nifty play for Matt Brewer, and it means a first down for the Knights.
Good seeing right there. What we have here is just a little quick screen right there. Let the kid get the ball to the receiver, let him do what he can do right there. He just tackled by a shoestring.
Look at that execution. Two key blocks at the point of the attack.
That's what made the play successful. Just those two key blocks.
At the 35.5. Starkle rumbling up to the 34, 44. It'll be near first down. They're going to spot him down shy by a yard. Jeremy Starkle thunders up the fullback spot. And it is the end of the first period. We're finished with one of the four in the Class C2 title game. A run by Eric Strait and a two-point conversion has given Cambridge an 8-0 lead as Coach Dan Keyser looks to complete a perfect season. We'll return right after this for the Nebraska State High School Activities Association. Ready for the second period of play. Cambridge 8-0 here at Memorial Stadium. Trojans got the lead. And now they're going to try and rely on a defense. Slow down Norfolk Catholic. This drive began at the Knights' 20-yard line. It has now reached the 45. Or it means second down and 1. We'll see what young Paul Hughes has in his deck of cards on this play out of the I formation. That's a straight running play to Jesse Otto. 180-pound senior didn't get the first down.
That time Cambridge defense really buckled up in the middle of second and short.
Their leading receiver is number 80, Dusty Kiesler. He's the tight end blocking on this play. But when they want to go upstairs, they usually rely on him first. You know, when you get tackled by a linebacker for Cambridge like Justin Miller, number 36, it's Miller time. Every single one of their linebackers is named Miller. Third down and 1. Matt Brewer lost it. It's picked up, and Dustin Muse has set sail for the 11th.
And there's the first turnover of the game. As we say, hold on to the ball in this type of weather is going to be very critical. Norfolk Catholic has the first turnover.
Right on the ground, it came right up to the big tackle, and he took off for the end zone.
As you saw right there, as soon as he got ready to make that last cut, when he was hit, the ball came out. Defender picks it up. For me, it looked like he's going to go away, but Paul Hughes there to stop him from touchdown.
First break of the game, the first big break of the game, belongs to the Trojans as they try to punch it into the south end zone. Mr. Jones to Mr. Strait, but a whistle first. We will sort out an infraction along the line of scrimmage. Referee Stan Campbell. Procedure against the Trojans. 11-12 in the first half of play from Lincoln. This will cost them 5 back to the 12. I beg your pardon, the 17-yard line. First and 15 in the second period of play. The wishbone. Fullback Ryan Omert. Straight to about the 11.
Right then, they tried the same play they scored on the drive before, but Norfolk Catholic defense had too many guys out there ready for it.
But from the 17, they get it to near the 11, so 6 yards. Good work. Actually, that was Tony Berg who carried the football, number 30. Berg, the halfback, on the right side. And it's straight the halfback on the quarterback's left. He's number 20. There is Berg. Jones on second down. He needs to get to the 2 for the first down. Going to have to get rid of it. He lost the football. And the Knights may have it back. They do.
Once again, you can see the weather's playing a big part in this game. So starting off the second quarter, you see 2 turnovers in 2 series.
The Trojans are ambushed inside the 20 as Zach Jones lost the grip. And I believe it was John Steifbergen who came up with a loose football. New life for Paul Hughes. They don't give up any blood that time. It's still 8-0 Cambridge at 10:15 in the half. Couple of fakes. Left-hander Hughes throwing a fly pattern. And this one is incomplete. Should have been intercepted by Barry Hilton, number 32, as they wanted Kiesler, the tight end.
But right then, there would have been a great interception if it happened to have been a great play. But we'll look at this play from the beginning.
He was just never open.
No, he just never open. Right here, he fakes the reverse. See the guys cover right there. So the smart thing he should have done right there, just throw the ball out of bounds, give his team another chance. Right there, he threw it for grass. He's lucky the ball wasn't intercepted.
And it's 2nd and 10 as Jeremy Starkle tries to do something productive. He's across the 20 up to the 21. Here, the first quarter numbers, pretty even ball game, except for the rushing yards of Cambridge. First down's about the same. The turnovers started to come in the second quarter. All the way around, about even. Cambridge has a lead of 8-0 as they put together a drive. Kiesler, too tall for him. As Hughes has not been on target throwing it. That was on 3rd down and 9. They're going to have to give it up into the wind.
Well, on a drop like that, here, let's watch this replay first. He drops back. Right there, when you're throwing a slant, you want to throw the ball low. You don't want to get the ball up in the air because as you see this, what just happened is pretty much 9 times out of 10 the turnout for every play is when the ball is thrown high.
4th and about 9 from the 20. Kalhoff, left footer. Takes a negligible bounce. Rolls inside the 50 and will be touchdown at the Trojan 48. About the best thing that happened for Norfolk Catholic on that drive was that they didn't give up a score. Having gotten the fumble, they didn't get a first down. But now they have gained about 35 yards in field position.
Yes, when you get a turnover, when you turn the ball over, then you get one back with 3 plays later, then that's the time that you really want to capitalize on it. That time, Norfolk Catholic had problems offensively, weren't able to capitalize. Let's see what Cambridge does coming out here on their offensive series after turning the ball over.
Straight on the same play that he scored. He lost the ball. May have gotten it back.
Then we have it again. That's third fumble in 3 series. And what happened was he was fortunate that the ball found its way out of bounds. Here it is. Here it goes. That quick pitch right here. The guy right there missing, but here the guy just slaps him. He drops the ball. The ball is on the carpet. They're struggling for it, but the ball somehow found its way to the white over there.
Looks like a hockey game out there, chasing after the puck along the dasher boards. He got 9.5 yards. Put the football now down to the 42 of Norfolk Catholic, where it is 2nd down and about anything they can do here. Fullback Ryan Omert spinning for the first down near the 36. 9 minutes to play in the first half. 8-0 Cambridge as the Trojans mount what could be their 2nd scoring drive. It's just strictly power football.
Yeah, right here you see the fullback. He just hands the ball straight to the fullback, and he just lowering the shoulder pads and moving forward like a steamroller.
You can hear the wind whipping across the plains as November weather has taken hold here in the heartland. First and 10 at the 37. Here is straight. Whoa, the turf cost him a cut. He gets 10. Ben Poots, number 12, was not going to make the tackle. But as you see, he had just the right thing in mind before the turf cost him. He got 9, Tommy. It'll be 2nd and 1.
I guarantee you they're going to run the ball straight up the mirror and use that big fullback that they have in the game.
Yep, and he lost it again. The Knights have it again at the 37.
You can't keep dwelling on keep hitting on this point. But controlling the ball offensively, executing the ball offensively is the key right now. But right now, both teams looking very sloppy in doing that.
That was a poor exchange, or so it appeared. To this point, the best defense for Norfolk Catholic has been the Trojans turning the football over. And I'm sure that Coach Jeff Beller over there is saying, all right, we got to take advantage of one of these days. Hughes going to put it up. And he cannot put it into the hands successfully of Verbicki. Although Verbicki had it, probably should have hauled it in. Defense on the play, and give some credit to Barry Hilton, the safety.
Yeah, that time
who got his hand on it.
That time Barry Hilton did a great job, right? As you see, the guy had him beat, but what does he do? He has that closing speed, gets the hand there, just knocks the ball away. It just set last minute situation.
8-0, Cambridge with a lead. 8 minutes in the half. Cooksley, bottom of the screen. You can't see him here. He's the lone wideout. That is Brewer in motion. Back of the set. Got a block here. Jesse Otto across the 45 to maybe the 46. Going to put him down short of the first down by a couple. It'll be 3rd down. Doesn't come.
That time Jesse Otto said, hey, I'm not fumbling this ball. He really had a grip on that ball as he was running. He said, I don't care what anybody does. I'm just going to tuck the ball away and lower my head and just get the first down. Hold on to the ball. I think that's the main thing right now. Anyone on this offense or on Norfolk's offense or Cambridge offense, right now all they need to worry about is concentrating on holding the ball, protecting the ball.
3rd down, 2. Brian Miller either knew exactly what was going to happen or somebody forgot to get in his way.
I think on some of those plays, Brian Miller is lined up in Norfolk's offensive huddle because it seems like that's the second time he has done that. As soon as the ball was snapped, he met the ball right. He met the running back right there for a loss.
Which brings us another appearance by Aaron Kalhoff. Off one hop to the 33 goes Pat Harding. Cambridge turns it over. We do have a penalty marker down across the way, thrown by the side judge. Cambridge has turned the ball over a couple of times, but their defense has been outstanding. And so the Trojan Wishbone gets it back again, erstwhile, now from the 33, pending the flag. Our referee, Stan Campbell. Clip. And where they have thrown the flag, that could put the football at about the 10-yard line.
And the sad thing about this play is the clip happened about 15 yards away from where the ball was originally blown dead. So right here, that wasn't a real satisfying penalty for the Cambridge team right there because it sets them back. Instead of being up on the 30-yard line, now they're back on the 13-yard line.
High-risk offense, like the Wishbone, does not like to be in these kinds of circumstances. Although they have a lead of 8-0, it's 6:43 in the half. Mr. Jones keeps it and then lets it go to Straight. I beg your pardon, Eric Strite has it at about the 12. Maybe the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
There you see Jesse Odo. He pitch a perfect tackle. What did he do? Hey, he said, hey, I'm going to sit out here. I'm going to let you pitch the ball to him, but once you get the ball, I'm going to be right there ready to make a tackle. I'm not going to get blocked by anyone. See, as you see right here, he sits there. He sees the pitch coming. As soon as he sees that, he takes off up the field. Makes the one-on-one tackle.
8-0 Cambridge with the lead. Class C2 state championship game in Lincoln. No gain. 2nd and 10. The fullback, Ryan Omert, to the 15, and that is it. He got 2.5. Is arrested on the play by Rich Abler, 210-pound junior defensive tackle. A lot of hunting out near Cambridge, as a matter of fact. Put on your Cambridge colors and then go shoot some duck or quail. Sean Barrett taking a seat for right now. He may be slightly injured. Training corps has come over. He'll have to leave for one play.
Believe me,
He had the wind knocked out of him.
he didn't want to leave the game. Once he got up and caught his plane, he was like, I'm fine. But once the training crew comes on the field, you have to go off the field for one play.
240-pounder Sean Barrett. 3rd down, roughly 8. Handle with caution is what Cambridge must be thinking in the offensive huddle. A turnover here could cost him a touchdown. Out of the backfield, the fullback Omert in motion, and a pitch to Strite. Going to struggle with the first down and not get there. He is shoved out of bounds at the 20. Outstanding pursuit by Adam Herrick, number 44.
Yes, that was a great job then by the Norfolk Catholic defense. What they saw that quick pitch again. They said, hey, you can pitch that quick, but we're not gonna let you get to the outside. Here you see 3 guys in pursuit. Stop him 2 yards short of the first down.
With Ryan Gutenberger ready to boot it away, standing at his 7-yard line. It nearly was blocked. The ball bounces negligibly. Tagged at the 48. On the special teams to do it was Hilden for Cambridge. Norfolk Catholic with good field position and plenty of time to start this drive, Tommy Frazier. 4:40 in the second period, down on the big board, 8-0. See if Cambridge can put another stop on them.
Right there, they would have blocked that punt right there. It would have turned the whole momentum around this game because offensively, Norfolk hasn't been able to do much. But the block punt there would have really helped benefited them big time there.
Matt Brewer is wide to the right side. Down at the bottom of your screen is another split back for Vicky. Split end, I should say. The fullback on the carry doesn't make much as Jeremy Starkle is rolled down. Nice first half for Dustin Muse, 66. They lost half a yard.
Yeah, as you can see, he pretty much went in there untouched. No one really blocked it.
Well, Norfolk Catholic head coach Jeff Beller, there he is. Norfolk head coach Jeff Beller was concerned about what Cambridge was going to do defensively and how they disguised their blitzes. And that has happened significantly here in the first half. And I'm sure his halftime adjustment will be, now make sure you know who across the line of scrimmage you need to hit before you pull or do something else. Because they're shooting those gaps and getting into the backfield on running plays, not so much on passing plays. Hughes fires it, nearly intercepted. Kiesler, the tight end, but it was broken up.
And luckily that ball wasn't intercepted because right there, he takes a quick 3 steps, but look, you have the guy right there. The guy almost stepped in front of him. Just great defensive play. And that time, the offensive guy turned into the defensive guy.
3rd down, 11 and a half. Out of the I formation and a flanker on the wing right. He's in motion. Hughes gonna scramble. Can't get free and is dragged down at the 46-yard line. Shy of a first down by 5. There is a marker down.
And you see he looks at this slant up top, but guy was covered. So what did he do? He does a smart thing: take off and see if you can run for it. Right there, he tries to make a move, but he just wasn't fast enough to get past that guy.
A mistake on Norfolk Catholic. in light of the wind, Cambridge will take the penalty and make them do third down over again. There you see it. An illegal block. Knows that the football is now the 32. They need the Cambridge 41 for a first down. Third down and 27 for that bunch. They elect to go on a draw play. If he could break a couple of more tackles, then maybe Jason Lamley could have gotten the first down. But he was dragged down at the midfield stripe. Made lots of yards. Of the 27, he made about 17, but he didn't get enough for the first down.
And that was an excellent call by the coach. Everyone thinks that you're going to pass the ball. Come back with a draw. See if you can run for it. Team's going to be dropping back. Cambridge drop back into his zone. So run the draw, see how many yards you can get. If you don't, at least you'll gain most of the yards back. Get the ball in field position where you put it and try to put them deep in their territory.
Finally finished by Bryce Miller. Kalhoff is about the warmest guy out there. He kicks it away from the receivers, and it gets a dynamite roll for Norfolk Catholic. Pat Harding, who is the rover man over there, expected to receive the kick, had probably been instructed not to mess with it if you don't have a clear chance to catch the football. And that's exactly what he elected to do. Stay away, and it means first down and 10 at the 11-yard line when it could have been a turnover.
Well, I think what's happening when those guys punch the ball, Cambridge guys line too far back. You have to realize they're kicking into that wind. So what you want to happen is move up the ground somewhere where you can field every ball. Because the balls that you don't field are the ones that are going to take those rolls and pin you on your 11-yard line.
2:56 in the half. 8-0 Cambridge with the lead, and the Trojans are back out on the football field. Eric Strite to the 13. He got maybe 2.
He's one step away from taking that the distance. If he got Pat right here, after he takes the handoff right here, as you can see, if he got away from that guy there was no one there on the outside. He had blockers out there ready to lead him down the sideline.
They got 2, 2nd and 8. Out of the I formation. And the fullback carrying the football, Justin Miller. No! The quarterback, Jones, keeps it. Only Herring can catch him, and he ain't going to do it. Touchdown, Cambridge. 87 yards.
There you have it. He even faked you out on that play. You thought the fullback had it, but what did you know? He fakes the ball right there. He cuts up.
And shook a tackle.
And then he does a smart thing by cutting away from everybody else. He takes off, he's down the field, no one's going to catch him. And there as you see a guy coming into the screen, he doesn't throw a block, but he just stops, turns around, stands in front of the guy to make sure that he doesn't catch the quarterback from behind.
Zach Jones, an 87-yard gallop, and it is 14-0 with the 2-point conversion pending.
And the thing that I hated most, after a long run, you have to go back in there and call the next play, and run the next play. So he doesn't have time to celebrate or catch his breath. He's back in the fire, handing the ball off again.
Strike spinning in there, standing up. 16-0 Cambridge over Norfolk Catholic. Maybe on a day like today, Tommy Frazier, it is very difficult to put together long and arduous, grinded out drives. So score on 1 or 2 plays.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. If it's wet out here, so you don't want to go out there and run very many plays where you have the chance of turning the ball over. So if you can score in 2 plays, 3 plays, then get out there and do it. Get up the field, put your defense on the field, get you the ball back.
16-0. The orange and black of Cambridge over the red and white of Norfolk Catholic. Zach Jones getting congratulations after a superb run down the football field. And now Norfolk Catholic is starting to see some distance They really got to turn it on here. Maybe not at the end of this half, although 2 minutes left to go in it with a nifty quarterback like Hughes, not impossible, but they need to start making some first downs.
Yeah, that's the key right here. Norfolk Catholic hasn't really established anything on offense. In order for them to get back into the game, their defense is not going to do it. It's their offense is the one that's got to put points on the board.
And some here today of the 1900 who have braved the elements to enter Memorial Stadium and watch Cambridge and Norfolk Catholic. Freezing rain, and those are earnest souls indeed. Norfolk Catholic been decked a couple of times. And the Knights have a deficit of 16-0. See if young Jason Lamley can rectify that, at least on this kickoff return. The boot by Jones. It is kept by Brewer. Well, the pile moves him out to about the 16. Tried some razzle-dazzle, but Brewer kept it out to about the 12, to the 13, and across the mid to 15-yard line to the 17.
And on this play, yes, they did try a reverse right here, but they faked the reverse. But there's one thing about that play is that they didn't give the defense enough time to kick the coverage team enough time to get down the field to where they can confuse them. It seemed like as soon as he caught the ball, he went straight toward the guy. Run the ball up the field a couple yards, then try to fake the reverse. He gave it away too early, then it wasn't a big play.
17-yard line for Paul Hughes. Yeah, quick hitter to the fullback. Starkle to near the 20. Is muscled down on the play by Brian Miller, 69. One drive and a score, and then the long play and a score. So they've done it in two different ways. We got a timeout called for by Cambridge.
Right now, Cambridge called timeout saying, hey, our defense may stop us, so let's save some time. Where our defense is playing, Norfolk Catholic hasn't been able to move the ball, so we stop them right here. We'll get the ball back and have another chance to put some points on the board right before the half.
It looks to me like maybe Norfolk Catholic might have to start trying some play action, Tommy, to try and get somebody open, try and find a way to move the football and loosen up Cambridge, because they're keying on their running backs now, and they're getting good penetration past the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think the thing that's happening is that they're trying to run too many trick plays, too many trick run plays by handing the ball here, faking this way. Just go back, fake the ball, get receivers downfield, because all the faking you're doing is holding up your receivers. So go back, fake the ball, go 5-step drop, try to get some receivers downfield. And that way, if you complete some of the passes, then you open up your run game where if you want to hit the fullback quick, you can hit him quick for a quick 5-6 yard gain.
And their fullback, Jesse Otto, Jeremy Starkle, they've caught passes. So maybe just sort of open it up a little bit. And even though they're going into the wind of 25 miles an hour, I think they need to gamble a little bit offensively.
Yeah,
try to get some first
and
downs.
Even though you are going into the wind, you can throw this short 5 to 10 yard pass and the wind doesn't affect it.
Yep. After the timeout, it's 2nd down and 8. Just shy of the 20-yard line. They try Lamley, and he draws a crowd outside the 24. It'll be 3rd down and about 3.5. And another timeout called for by Cambridge. That'll leave them one more. Norfolk Catholic lost to Battle Creek in the opener. Since have reeled off 11 consecutive wins. Battle Creek this year in the C1 title game against number 1 Milford. So that's by no means anything to be embarrassed about.
You know you have a good team when your team gets beat by the team who's playing for the championship in the higher class.
Yeah. And the other thing, the other earmark of this Norfolk Catholic team this year is that they are a gritty bunch. They were down to Hartington Cedar Catholic by 13 with 3 minutes to go. Came back and won the game, 32-31. So being down on the scoreboard is no big shock to these guys. And even if they are, it doesn't mean much. So they are supremely confident that they can start getting some field position. They can move this football and get a score or two.
And that's what you need out of a team like Norfolk Catholic. Even though they get down, but they still battle, and they're never out of a football game.
And when you consider that though Cambridge has a lead of 16-0, really only one long drive. The one broken play that allowed Jones to rumble the 86, but just the one drive that cost them. Everything else here on the table has been about even. Starkle comes very close. They will measure. It'll be close. He's going to try and get a quick step on Bryce Miller, the linebacker, and see if Starkle can use some talent to move him out of the way.
Right now, Cambridge coach Jeff Bellers is hoping and praying that he gets this first down right here, because he doesn't want to give Cambridge back the ball with 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock and give them another opportunity to run that wishbone offense and score again.
It's first down. He got it.
So I guess he hoped, wished, and prayed, and it was answered.
First down for Norfolk Catholic. Believe it or not, the statistical story is about the same. Cambridge has 183 yards of total offense at this stage of the ball game compared to 96 for Norfolk Catholic, but 80-some of those yards came on one play. That doesn't take anything away from them, but figure 16-0, there's a lopsided look at all of this, but that's not the case. Hughes on a delay, hands it off to Brewer. He struggles ahead to about the 30.
Yes. Right now, if you was looking at the score and you see 16-0, you think, well, Cambridge is really doing a job on Norfolk Catholic, but that's not the case. They're just that one big run is what put the total that far apart.
Just shy of the 30 at 35 seconds in the first half of play. Second down, 7.5. Hughes and Starkle, but he is wrapped up on good defensive work at about the 33 at 15 seconds, 14 seconds. All three timeouts for Norfolk Catholic, and they burn, Cambridge burns the last one with just 11 seconds. Starkle, he really is a hard charging running back. He likes contact.
He's a typical Nebraska running back, fullback, one of those guys who's not very fast, not very strong, but he gets the ball up in there. He's going to take his shots, but he's also going to deliver some.
This is the 11th trip into the playoffs for Cambridge's Trojans. This is the 12th for Norfolk Catholic. So we are not viewing two teams unaccustomed to being here this time of year. Third down and 5 from the 33 for Paul Hughes and the Knights of Norfolk Catholic. Starkle on a fullback dive play for very little, and that should expire the first half of play. 16 for Cambridge, nothing for Norfolk Catholic, with one half of this C2 title game complete at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. And we'll be back with more right after this.
Now here are your first half highlights, brought to you by First Bank.
A quick pitch. Straight, gonna spin it in there. Touchdown. Two flankers to the right, one to the left, and Brewer catches a swing pass, gets the block, and the first down. Tripped up at the 34. Third down and 1. Matt Brewer lost it. It's picked up, and Dustin Muse has set sail for the 11th. Jones on second down. He needs to get to the 2 for the first down. To get rid of it, he lost the football, and the Knights may have it back. They do. Out of the I formation, and the fullback carrying the football, Justin Miller. No, the quarterback Jones keeps it. Only Herring can catch him, and he ain't going to do it. Touchdown, Cambridge. 87 yards.
Time to celebrate and catch his breath. He's backing in the fire, handing the ball off again.
Strike spinning in there, standing up. 16-0 Cambridge over Norfolk Catholic. And that is where we are at halftime, 16-0. Norfolk Catholic on the bottom end, Tommy Frazier. But as we said, the statistical story of this first half is not one that leads you to think that this thing is anything but very still up for grabs. After all, the time of possession is very much even. And in fact, Norfolk Catholic owned the football for more time than did Cambridge. And then you look at things like offensive plays, and in fact, Norfolk Catholic had more of those than Cambridge. The key has been that the big play has happened, and they haven't been able to take advantage of any turnovers. And Norfolk Catholic hasn't had great field position. But beyond that, it's been a fairly even ball game. They just need to get something on the ground going. They only got 83 yards here at the half, Norfolk Catholic, to 183 for Cambridge. Of course, 87 of that came from Zach Jones on the long TD run.
Well, I think the first touchdown drive you saw, Cambridge took advantage of field position. And so if you take that drive and then the 80-some yard touchdown run by the quarterback, this game is tied up. So Cambridge has taken advantage of a situation where they got it. Just that long touchdown run right now is pretty much what has them up by 16 points.
They have done a fairly good job of handling Mr. Strite. He came in as a really prolific runner with better than 1,600 yards for Cambridge this year. But Strite only has 73 in the first half, one of those coming on an 18-yard gallop. They have not seen this guy take over the football game as he has been capable of doing and has certainly done in the past. So I think probably just a little bit more efficiency on offense in the second half is going to help Norfolk Catholic. Only 1 of 9 throwing it was Paul Hughes. He was a little tall with a couple, but he's got a nice zip on the ball, and he's had some pretty good protection. So if he can get just a little bit more consistent, maybe calm a little, I think you'll find that this guy really has an outstanding chance of guiding this football team into the end zone. But Cambridge is accustomed to holding people down. You'll get 12-0 unless you're a complete football team. Coca-Cola first half numbers. The 0 passing yards for Cambridge isn't quite so alarming because this is a ball club that runs the football for a living. They average over 365 yards per game rushing. The passing numbers for Norfolk Catholic need to go up dramatically. They need to be about even. Coming in, that's exactly what the mixture was for Coach Jeff Eller. His team in red and white runs and passes with equal efficiency, but they haven't been able to get many passing yards up.
Yeah, right now, Norfolk Catholic, they're still in this ball game. What they need right now is some offense consistency. That's the only thing that really hurt them in the first half. They had field position on a couple of series, but they weren't able to move the ball. Then they got the ball deep in their territories, and they still weren't able to move the ball. They even had turnovers. So right now, you just need to see some offense consistency by Norfolk Catholic, and they'll be fine.
To get here, Norfolk Catholic in the qualifying round of the playoff defeated Osmond by a score of 48-20, and then Stanton 28-7. In the playoffs, they beat Bloomfield 27-16, and Bloomfield may be among the more underrated teams in Class C2. That's a big bunch up in Bloomfield. They average about 245 along the line. Laurel Concord put up a good fight, but the Knights beat them 24-18, and then Tecumseh 27-6. Cambridge actually saw a little competition during the latter stages of the season, and I say that with a tongue-in-cheek, given that Burwell scored 24 of them but gave up 56, and Hastings St. Cecilia was their victim in the semifinals by a score of 30-13. So some have argued that this year they haven't played a lot of great football teams, but they've made them look that way. Cambridge has, holding Dundee County to 13 while piling up 70 on them. Scored 71 on Alma and 74 on Arapahoe. So there was a stretch there where nobody was touching Cambridge. We are ready for the second half as Ryan Jones knocks the thing into the end zone. And that's where Jason Lamley takes a touchback, and it's 1st and 10 for Norfolk Catholic. Quarterback is Paul Hughes. The running backs are Lamley and Jeremy Starkle. The split end is Mike Verbicki, but they also bring Matt Brewer in. The lineup along the line of scrimmage split away from the formation or in a slot. Dusty Kiesler is the tight end. The tackles are Stufbergen and Rexius. Johnson and Miles of the guards, with Tim Raymakers, number 54, the center.
Well, right here, Norfolk has a chance to come out here and put themselves in this game by taking this first drive down the field and scoring on it.
From the 20-yard line into the wind, which is blowing 20 miles an hour. Paul Hughes to Jesse Otto, who starts at the I-back spot here in the second half, struggling to the 23, maybe to the 24, where he is wrapped up on the play. And good work put in there by number 10, Ryan Dieterding, who is the defensive end. But Jesse Otto, who contributed 629 yards on the ground this year, gets the opening snap and makes a little hay.
And on the opening play, you saw Norfolk captain come out and doing something different. They trying to attack him with the outside running game, and that's something that they need to do to widen this defense out in order for them to start back working up the middle.
He cradles a football, and Pyle drives it to the 24. He might have got a half a yard. He was pushed back there, and a good hit put on the play by Barry Hilton, the free safety, number 32. So it brings up a third down and relatively long, and we're going to test the arm of Paul Hughes, who was just 1 of 9 thrown in the first half, relatively soon here in the second half.
Yeah, today has been a very difficult day to pass, so not a lot of those passes has been Paul Hughes' fault, why he's 1 for 9. But right now he really needs to make a decent pass here and connect and keep his drive going.
He's just a sophomore. Kiesler isn't quite far enough down the football field. With Hilton in his hip pocket, incomplete, they're going to have to give it up. Thought for a moment like he might run the football.
Well, I thought he was going to run too, but they ran that same play in the first half, and this exact same thing he did. We saw the guy, he tried to get the guy going up on the wheel, but the guy was well covered, so that time he did a good job of overthrowing it.
And when he looks back on the film, he's probably going to be told by the offensive coordinator, just run the football when you got that much room and only that much space. Knuckleball boot. The punt returners have been instructed to let the thing bounce to avoid any bobbles, and it is down at the 49-yard line. So Cambridge, which has dramatically had the better of the field position in the ball game, is in real nice shape here for this wishbone attack, headed up by the quarterback, Zach Jones.
Well, right now, Cambridge is in excellent shape. They only have to go half the length of the football field to reach pay there.
Jones with Grant Mulring, the center. Gufford and Miller are the guards. Harsh and Muse are the tackles. Brian Miller, number 31, is the tight end. And Ryan Dieterding is also a tight end on this set. This is their fine running back. Across the 35 and drilled at the 34-yard line. As Travis Cobb starting as it is second down and goal to go from the 4-yard line at 10 minutes in third quarter action. 16-0 for Cambridge. On a bobble, a clubhouse bounce. It is on the turf, a scramble. Did Catholic get it again? Tim Rexius gestures yes, number 73. Apparently not. One of the Trojans found the grip down low under the pile.
And Tony Berg breathes sourly thin because that could have been costly for his team. It would have been the third time that they would have fumbled deep into them going in trying to score, but lucky one of his teammates was there to bail him out.
And they got half a yard out of the deal. Frustrated front Knights there. Third down and goal from the 3. Berg, pile driving to the 1. Catholic got physical. And Lamley and Craven and Abler all got in the way.
And I think that's what Cambridge needs to do this half. They need to stop trying to run all the counter action, counter fakes, and just run right at these guys. First half they were able to do it successfully. Just run at them and see if they can be stopped.
Fourth down and goal. And with a 16-0 lead in the third quarter of the title game, Dan Keyser sends the play in. Straight for the touchdown.
There you have the power football. That's what you want to do. Stop trying to run all the trick plays and just run right at these guys.
Eric Straight with his second score of the afternoon. And it is so difficult to keep that kind of formation out of the end zone from that close.
Yeah, in the wishbone attack, when you only got 1 yard to go, it is very hard to keep the team out. As you see here, he has 3 blockers there.
Unless you guess exactly right and get the right guy in the right hole, it's almost impossible to stop that.
It's almost impossible when you have a team that runs the wishbone that close to the goal line.
The placement attempt is up by Jones, and it is good. 8 minutes, 44 seconds to play. We are in the third quarter. Class C2 looks good for Cambridge right now. It is 23-0 as Norfolk Catholic attempts to win the championship for Coach Jeff Beller in his first year back after this ball club, with his tutelage firmly ensconced, was so tough for most of the previous 10 years. They're going to have to put the ball up in the air now, and that's just exactly what Cambridge would like for them to do. They got some active linebackers and Dieterday covering people out of the backfield. We'll see how they do, but now it's important to get the football up the field and try to find a way into the end zone.
Yes, they've been trying to do it, but now it's desperation time. They need to do something on this drive, not the next one, not 2 drives from now, but this drive right here.
Cambridge is stingy. The Trojans are allowing only an average of 9.5 points per game. Jones has it teed up on a battleship gray day in Lincoln. The lights on at Memorial Stadium. Class C2. Unbeaten Cambridge at 12-0 versus once beaten Norfolk Catholic. Along the ground, it is scooped up at the 30. And across the 40 to the 42. Starko, one of the up-backs, got a hold of the football. He's the starting fullback.
At that time, Starko got the ball. You saw how he put both hands on the ball. He said, I'm going straight ahead. Nothing's going to stop me. As you saw, he ran over one guy, but he made sure he didn't fumble the ball, and he ran straight ahead.
8:38 to go. This is outstanding field position for Norfolk Catholic. They have been bottled up inside their 10-yard line twice in the ballgame. Paul Hughes, the quarterback, good for 9 touchdowns and 1,243 yards coming in, but they elect to try and get something going on the ground as Starkle will not be denied across the 45 to the 46. My goodness, what a run that was. As impressive as any so far in that he just wouldn't go down.
Yeah, he just wouldn't go down. He kept those legs going. He went into contact, and he said, hey, we're trailing right now. We need yards, so I'm going to go in here. I'm going to run hard. I'm not going to stop running, moving my legs. I'm just going to keep it and see how many yards I can get before they blow the whistle.
That's the most impressive 4 yards that we have seen. Trent Cooksley in this formation, bottom of your screen. He's in motion. Paul Hughes on the end around for Matt Brewer, spinning across the 45 to the 48. He elected to cut back and not string it out. It'll be short of a first down by maybe 3 or 4.
Right then, I think it would have been almost just as good if he would have stayed to the outside and used that block. The guy was trying to lock the guy in. As we get ready to see him in the replay, quarterback's fakes a hands off to him right there. See the guy, I think he'd been just a lot better just by following that block to the outside. He maybe could have picked up more yards.
Brad Witt held on for dear life, wrapped him up. 3rd down 4. As important a 3rd down play as Catholic has known all year. Left-hander Hughes. Brewer cannot find his way to the forward stick. Too much traffic over there. And with Bryce Miller in control of that part of the football field, Brewer had no chance. It's 4th down.
And there you saw that pursuit of that Cambridge defense. Here we go again. They run that quick screen again to Brewer and just hope and pray that he can get the first down. Right there, he makes one guy miss, but there you see that pursuit right there, stopping him short of the first down.
If that ball is thrown low enough and fast enough, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Oh yeah, if it gets the receiver where he doesn't have to do anything but just catch the ball and run, then he has a good chance of turning the ball up the field, getting the first down.
Got a good kick by Aaron Kalhoff. It was off, shanked the side of his foot, but dies at the 41. They were hoping for another 15 or 20 yards out of that, even though the wind was blowing. That was one he'd like to do over again. 41-yard line is where Cambridge has the football. 1st down and 10 with a lead of 23-0 at 6:54 in the 3rd quarter. 233, the total offense total for that team. 111 the other way, and still only 18 yards passing. So now the Knights are going to have to come up big on defense, get a couple of turnovers. Tough to do against this wishbone. Power bunch with Zach Jones throwing it. Rush on, eludes the first one. Guns are down the field. Got his man open, but it's through his hands.
There you see great lucidness by the quarterback there.
Bryce Miller.
He avoided his sack and was able to get the pass down. The ball went right through his receiver hands. It should have been caught. But we do have a penalty flag on the play. Right here, you see he has pressure, but no, all he does is steps aside, keeps it composed, throws the ball down the field. Right there, it goes to his receiver's hands.
And Brewer finishes off Miller, number 2. Holding on Norfolk Catholic. 5-yard penalty. Should make it first down in about 5. I beg your pardon, that's not a 5-yard penalty. That's a 10-yard penalty. It should be first down. It is to the 49-yard line of Norfolk Catholic. 6:47, third quarter of the title game. Jones keeps it. The option to the fullback, kept it, and made good yardage. About 7 around end, inside the 45 to the 43.
Yes, and that's the same play. He had that 87-yard touchdown run on, but only he just, instead of running to the right side, this time he ran to the left.
This is illustrative of this kid's ability to adjust the conditions. Through 12 ball games, he had only carried it 41 times. And remember, a sack is like a quarterback carry for a modest 137 yards. But he's having a big day today, running the football for Cambridge High. 2nd and 4. Incomplete behind his target. The intended receiver for the Trojans was Justin Miller. He had lined up at a tight end spot. It's no good, and it means 3rd down and 4.
Yes, and that's one of those plays where you hope that your receiver there will make an adjustment and make that catch for you. As a quarterback, you know that you're not going to throw the ball perfect all the time, that your receiver's going to have to help you out, and sometimes the receiver's just going to have to try even harder on certain throws to catch the ball.
3rd down and 4 from the Catholic 43-yard line. 23-0. Cambridge with the lead. Striped. Struggling. It'll be very close, but I believe he's shy by a yard. Tough defense on the play by Rich Craven, who was desperate to keep him from moving any further. And we have an injured Trojan on the turf. You can watch Craven get a hold of his belt and not let go. Helped by Jesse Otto. A Trojan is being attended to.
He's not moving, so this could be serious. He's laying flat on his face.
We are not certain who it is as yet. We will give you the number as soon as we can detect it. Cambridge and Norfolk Catholic for the championship of Class C2 in '96.
And this doesn't look good. They're taking the cart out on the field, so something's seriously wrong with this kid.
They are taking all of the necessary precautions. As we said earlier in the broadcast, this is one very, very impressive game for the traditions of high school football in Nebraska. Both of these teams have been here consistently. 11 playoff appearances for the Trojans, 12 for the Knights. They have their share of championships, 3 for Cambridge and 2 for Norfolk Catholic. And in fact, the 1990s have been kind to both of these teams. In '91, Catholic won it. In '93 and '94, Cambridge won it. Statistically, very, very tough to stop all year long, especially Cambridge on offense. Cambridge outscored their opponents 5-1 during the regular season. 6-1 out rushing the opposition, and even a team that doesn't pass as much as Cambridge even outpassed the opposition by 200 yards. So it is a team that got no respect in August, but has been so dominant into this title game that they have been more impressive than maybe even their championship teams of yore, because many of those teams started the year highly touted and ranked in the polls. 5:48, third quarter. Time is out as they attend to the injured Trojan. Norfolk Catholic far more humble offensively, but still clearly better than their opposition, as you would imagine, with an 11-1 record, and they only lost to Battle Creek, which is playing in the Class C1 championship against the Milford Eagles, #1 team in the state. Cold and blustery day. The injured Trojan is Grant Mulring, who is the center. He got into the traffic and took a good shot. So Grant Mulring will be attended by the folks on the medical crew. And oftentimes, this is a scene that, though is quite grave, generally means just precautionary measures. It's easier to err on the side of caution, and he may just be feeling the effects of a good shot, but they don't want to take any chances, because that's sometimes when injuries can occur. So this is a macabre scene in many ways in football, but often the players wind up just fine. They just don't want to take any chances. So Grant Mulring will be taken care of by the medical staff here at Memorial Stadium, and we'll resume with a football play on 4th down and 2 from the 41-yard line of Norfolk Catholic.
Yes, and
one of the benefits of having the game here in Lincoln is the presence of the medical staff, and that gentleman on the passenger side of the cart is Lonnie Albers, who is the director of medicine for the Husker football team. He's here and on staff, and of course the training facility here in Lincoln is as good as there is in college football. So Grant Mulring is in very good hands right now. A stoppage of play like this has a negative effect or a negligible effect on the offense, or either team.
yeah, it's a negative effect because
I mean, I was always under the impression the offense probably saw as much downtime as anybody on a situation like this.
well, it does, because the offense could just be getting warmed up and started moving. Then when you have a breakage in action like this, it's hard to get it going again.
And a snap, and it's not going to go for a first down. They direct snap it to Ahmert on the fake punt. There is a penalty marker down, and he is dragged down behind the line of scrimmage on an excellent play by Catholic. But let's wait on the laundry. It is against Cambridge, certain to be declined, as Norfolk Catholic wants the football. But good study by Norfolk Catholic to not be taken in by the fake, and they are able to run Ahmert down.
Yes, that was just a great defensive play there. They tried to confuse him by being in the shotgun and sending one guy out to the right and bringing another guy back to the left, handing the ball off. But Norfolk Catholic defensive guy saw what was happening, read it, made a tackle, even drew a penalty on the play, but they declined it because they stopped him short for the first down.
Now the future is now for Norfolk Catholic. The Knights have the football at their own 44, down 23-0, but still plenty of time. 5:37 to play in the third quarter. And they try another running play to Jeremy Starkle, the fullback, and it doesn't go for much across the 45 to the 46. Good news on Grant Mulring. Though he was taken off on the cart, he had indicated to the medical crew that he would like to walk off the field. They convinced him otherwise. So that's a good first sign on the injured Cambridge Trojan. 3 yards for Starkle. It is 2nd down and 6.5. Jeff Beller has been conservative, calling the plays for Norfolk Catholic in this ballgame. And before Hughes can even give the football off to his deep back Otto, he is swallowed alive by Dustin Muse, who has been one of the lead sentences for Cambridge in this ballgame defensively.
And there again, you see the presence of Dustin Muse. What happened? I don't think anybody touched him. He just shoots right in there, makes the tackle. I wouldn't mind playing defensive line, play defensive tackle if have plays like that where I'd be untouched.
They lose 4. More like 4.5 to 5. And it puts it 3rd down and 12 as the Catholic defense, or rather offense, is sputtering some. And out of the shotgun for the first time, here's the sophomore Hughes. A bad snap. Scoops it up, has some room, wants to throw the football. He's got his man wide open at the 45, and he is belted out of bounds. A reception by Verbicki for a big first down on 3rd and 12 by Catholic.
Yes, that was a great job by him there. What had happened was he bobbled the ball. From center exchange was a bad snap, but he found the grip on it, got to the outside, saw he got down the field, hit him, got caught the ball, but goes for all for naught. There's a penalty on the play against Norfolk.
This kid is going to be a fine quarterback. He already is nice, but he's going to be a real load come his senior year. He's got a tremendous sense of this football game, and I'm talking about Paul Hughes. He's not had a great statistical day, but he's been unflappable. Our referee is Stan Campbell, holding on Norfolk Catholic, so forget about the first down and now make it 3rd down and a ton at 4:09 to play. Frustrating day for Coach Beller. Offense has just struggled. He's starting to get to the end of his rope a little. 3rd and 27. They need the 46 of Cambridge. They are at the 27, their own. Razzle dazzle. And they give it off on the end around to Lamley, who steps out of bounds at the 37. Well short of the first down. Play had an idea that it might be sort of exciting, but Lamley was unable to keep his balance along the sidelines, and I don't think he was going to get the first down unless he cut back and broke a tackle.
Yeah, but it was a good job here. Yeah, you see, it ran the quick screen pretty much all day. So what they do this time, they run the quick screen. Yep. They have a guy come by trailing and pitch it back to him and see what's going to happen. Here it is. You see it again. Catches the ball there. Pitches it back. It's a good thought just to have enough room on the sideline.
Yep. He was belted out of bounds at the 45 anyway. And a punt to come for Callhoff. He'll try to atone for his last one. And he does. Much better. Strike, fumbles, and Catholic has it. As Brewer has the ball bounce right back up into his breadbasket, and the turnover gives a defibrillation to the Knights.
Now, I guess I see why those guys have been letting the balls hit the ground all day, because they just finally try to catch one. Look what happens. They turn the ball over.
This is about going to finish off the art of punt returning in this game, because both coaches are convinced that with the wind whipping and the slippery pigskin that we just can't handle it.
Now, Norfolk Catholic needs to capitalize on this. They're not going to get too many more breaks in this game.
Their best chance of the afternoon. They trail 23-0. A little under 4 minutes to play in the third period. Hughes and Starkle rumbling for more. Inside the 25 to the 22. Well, they just kept pounding away like John Henry in that mine, and they finally struck gold on that fullback blast.
And you see it every time a team gets a turnover, the first play come out is a big play. Right here, they hands the ball off to the fullback, and look what he does with it. He gains, 12, 14 yards on the play.
Hughes to the line of scrimmage with a split receiver to his right. Lamley reads blocking, but it doesn't develop. He is maybe to the 21. Linesman comes in to mark him down as he drew a host of attention from the white shirts, led by Justin Miller, number 36. And we have another Trojan shaken up on the play. This is Barry Hilden, the strong safety. He's got a headache, and he'll leave for a play. That might be a neck stinger.
Those don't feel too good.
Those hurt.
He'll be feeling that for probably about the next 15 minutes.
That'll be the 15 longest minutes of his life, too, Tommy Frazier. It is 2nd down and 9. 21-yard line. Play action faking. Hughes has a big problem. He's still free. blasted out of bounds at the 27. He lost 5 when he could have lost 10.
That's what you call determination on the play. Here's this guy. He's wrapped up by one of the biggest guys on the field. He's thrown, slung around, everything. He turned, but he still didn't go down. He got away from it, able to make the play exciting.
This is the strongest 140-pounder we've seen in a long time.
Right there, he takes a good shot there, but hey, he's back on the field.
It is 3rd down and 15. They need the 12. Hughes going deep. Underthrew Verbicki. Although he tried to make an adjustment and come back and catch it, he was able to get open for an instant, but the pass was a little shy.
And on that, you can say the wind caught that one. You know, he throws the ball, he balls on line, all of a sudden you just see the ball just start dying. And that last minute, it just drops straight down. So right there, I put that one, blame that one on the wind that it wasn't completed.
2:55 in the 3rd. Down 23-0. Norfolk Catholic is going to go for it on 4th down. Be charged 5 more if they don't pick up the pace here. There is no game play clock for them to watch. It's in the head of the referee. There's the flag.
Took a little bit too much time.
So instead of 4th and 15, it's 4th and 20.
But to start this drive, they started off with big gains, and now they got all the way down to the 22, and instead of moving forward, they're moving backwards.
Now the moons just haven't been aligned properly for Norfolk Catholic in this game. Things just haven't worked out. They've been plucky in there, trying and trying, but they just haven't been able to execute very consistently. 4th down and 20 from the 32, under 3 minutes in the 3rd. Hughes gives it a rip. Verbicki catches for a touchdown.
And there you have it. You know, the guy said, hey, the first time I threw this pass, the wind took it. This time I'm put a little bit more on it. Throw it over the top. We're finally on the scoreboard.
And Mr. Hughes is going to get a Purple Heart after this ball game. What a toss by this little 140-pound 10th grader.
And he has to, after he released the ball, he took a great big hit from one of the defensive players there.
The ball went through the hands, as we'll see, of the defensive back, and Verbicki kept his eye on the prize.
And one good thing that Hughes did there, even though he was being pressured, he still stood there tall and got to deliver the ball and took a hit for the team.
Hughes trying to shake off the effects and now complete the 2-point conversion, which is important. Running, throwing, got his man Kiesler for the 2. Well, stick around. 2:48 to play, 3rd quarter. It is now Cambridge 23 and Norfolk Catholic 8. And we're going to see a kickoff for the first time out of Norfolk Catholic since to start the ball game.
And maybe after this touchdown, you're going to see a little bit more fire in that Norfolk Catholic team, and maybe they can turn this game around.
It was set up on a turnover. They got the long pass play, and this 2-point, this is the touchdown. Here it is. It was a 32-yard strike, and this is the 2-pointer. This is a nifty little quarterback, and we're going to be hearing a lot about him in the next 2-3 years.
He's not very big, but he's out there playing with a big heart.
He's got an arm. That's not a bad arm. As we said, a deficit doesn't mean much to these guys. They were down by 13 with 3 minutes to go against Harding-Cedar Catholic. And granted, Harding-Cedar Catholic is not Cambridge, but nonetheless, they had a distinct advantage. They came back and lost that game to Harding-Cedar Catholic as Norfolk Catholic rallied and won it 32-31, middle of the season. Here is the boot at the 15. This is Strite to the 36. Somebody had him anchored. That was Lamley. So with Strite's return to the 36-37 yard line, the Cambridge Trojans, now having given up a score on 4th down and 20, have the football back, still leading comfortably, though a little too much time for comfort for those in Cambridge. 2:41 in the third quarter.
But right now, Cambridge wants to come out and respond, because if they don't respond, that's going to even fire the North Catholic team up even more.
Jones lets it fly for Dieterding, well over his head. 2nd and 10 back at the 37. But I love that play on first down, Tommy. Here's an offense that has gotten its way into the title game by running the football, and this quarterback rears back and tosses one. I like that approach. That's an aggressive approach offensively.
Yeah, because right now it's keeping that defense honest. The defense know they want to run the ball, so if they come out and show that, hey, we run the ball, but if you're not careful, we're going to try to hit you deep. You're going to have more than just to run to deal with. I think that's what they're doing. They're trying to keep the defense honest.
From the 37.5. Strite slipping at about the forward stick. Very close to the first down. As Eric Strite, 34 touchdowns coming in. He's got 36 with 2 today. Bursting through the left side of the line. He probably has enough for the first down. No, our referee Stan Campbell wants to make another appearance. They're going to bring the chain gang in from across the way. Officials are Stan Campbell, Bill Goa Jr. is the umpire, Garland Miles is the linesman, Steve Cord's the line judge. The back judge is Mark Powell for this C2 title game on a blustery and sort of hideous afternoon in Lincoln. This is a good day to stay inside. Unless you happen to be a fan of Norfolk Catholic or Cambridge, then it's well worth your visit down to Memorial Stadium. See if your bunch can win the title. 23-8, Cambridge with a lead. With coffee, a prized commodity on this day. But you better drink it faster, it'll be cold.
Hot chocolate.
The only thing I found, even coffee can't stand up to this weather. It gets cold in a hurry. 1st and 10 from the 48. Cambridge gets a first down. Pitch play to Berg. He rumbles inside the 45 to the 44, where Lambley has him again.
And this is what any coach would like to see. Hey, we're just giving up a touchdown on defense. Now, our offense, let's go out here and regain that momentum. Let's establish ourselves back into this game.
9 of the 10.
As you can see there, it's just one of those, a quick toss again, quick sweep, gains 9 yards. It's been a very good play for Cambridge today.
The fullback carries it this time. We haven't heard from Omert in a while. He gets the first down easily to the 40-yard line. Now, this is not what Norfolk Catholic had in mind, Tommy Frazier.
No, it's
they
not.
wanted a stop and a punt, get that momentum back.
Yeah, that's exactly what they wanted. They said, hey, our offense just went down and scored, so they're showing some life. Let's go back out there. Let's stop these guys on 3 downs and give them the ball back and let them keep that momentum going. Right now, as long as that offense sits on the sideline, the more the adrenaline dies down, the more Cambridge starts building their confidence back.
1st and 10, 41-yard line. Squarely between the hash marks. White shirts of Cambridge. Strite for 4.5, which is what the wishbone offense is designed to get you. 4.5 to 5 yards and just keep pounding and pounding and pounding. And then if you've got exceptional talent at the halfback position like a Billy Sims or an Eric Strite or Lawrence Phillips or someone like that, you've got a chance to break it a long way. Earl Campbell.
And the main things those guys did, they kept their legs going. They kept their legs moving at all times.
2nd down after he gained 5. We got 5 yards to go. Fake, dump pass, incomplete for Dieterding. Otto stayed right with Dieterding, kept his keys. This is one thing about Norfolk Catholic, that even though they've been pushed around some today, you know for a fact that these kids are disciplined. They have the fundamental knowledge of what to do, and they rarely make mistakes on defense.
Yeah, as you saw again early in this half, they ran that same play and they got a big gain off. The guy took it all the way down to the yard line. But this time, the defense knew what was coming. They stayed with their keys. And stopped it and broke the pass up.
3rd and 5, 34 seconds in period 3. This has been a good play for them today. Strite, cutting back for the touchdown. 37 yards. 3rd score of the day for Eric Strite.
And there you have it. You say, hey, 35. What play has been working for us the most? What have we been getting the most yards on? And what has it been? That quick pitch to the sideline. As we see it here again, this play has been very effective for them today. They pitch it, close off the corner there with the block. It has a lead blocker. Pretty much waltzes into the end zone.
We do have a flag down at the 7-yard line. The officials converse. The referee, Stan Campbell, caucusing with his 2 comrades, and we'll have an indication. Personal foul, Norfolk Catholic. That'll be assessed on the kickoff.
Looks like we might have an ejection here.
The guilty party may be Matt Brewer. And if it's Matt Brewer, he's finished for the day. And that'll hurt Norfolk Catholic.
He threw his helmet down like that's might what happened to him. He might be finished for the day. He might just play his last play as a high school football player.
He's a senior at 155 pounds. 2-point conversion attempt coming here. It is now 29-8 with 25 seconds remaining to be played. Jones fumbles the football, gets it back on his way down. Catholic stiffens up, doesn't give the 2-pointer. 25 seconds remaining to be played in the 3rd quarter, and that was the kind of back-breaking drive, Tommy Frazier, that Norfolk Catholic just thought they needed to avoid.
Yes, they wanted to avoid that. Here it is, the offense just went down the series before, took it down, and got 8 points off the board. Then they wanted, what they wanted to happen was they go back out there, stop them on 3 downs, get the offense back on the field since they feel like they have the momentum, and take it back down the field and score. But no, that didn't happen. Cambridge kept his confidence, kept his composure, drove the ball down the field, and scored again. Switched the score 29-8.
They've been able to hold them and get the ball back. We might have had kind of an engaging 4th quarter, but now they're going to have to gamble some on defense. That can sometimes blow up, and throw the football down the field. The good news for Norfolk Catholic is that they're going to have the wind at their backs for the 4th quarter. And we'll just see how prolific young Hughes and his left arm can be against the top-ranked team, at least the top team anymore, still alive in Class C2, Cambridge. They came in number 5 in the polls. Hard to believe with as much ferocity that they have shown on defense and offense this year that they are only number 5 coming into the playoffs. With the wind at his back, Jesse Otto has the football and is wrapped up at the 30-yard line.
He tried to bounce to outside, but the containment guy did his job. He said, hey, if anybody comes to outside with the ball, there's my job here to stop him right there.
Pretty open field tackle by Barry Hilton, number 32.
As you see right here, he tries to bounce to outside, but no. He said, no, you're not going anywhere. I'm not letting you get to the sideline.
1st and 10 at the 30.5-yard line. Young Hughes was impressive in his last show. Tossed on 4th and 20, a 32-yard scoring strike to Mike Verbicki. Now Jeremy Starkle has been pretty productive today. Bryce Miller rides him down after a good gain, nearly 7 yards. 2nd down to upcome. That'll be the last play of period 3. 29-8. Cambridge with the lead over Norfolk Catholic with 3 of the 4 periods complete in the Class C2 title game. And we'll return right after this message from the Nebraska State High School Activities Association. Jim Rose and Tommy Frazier from Memorial Stadium on a chilly afternoon in November. We are over the river and through the woods, not to Grandma's house, but a big, big day for Cambridge and Norfolk Catholic. Knights in red and white. On the bottom end here, it's 29-8. Cambridge with good reason to stand and shout. They have led from the pillar in this one. Norfolk Catholic faces second down and about 2.5 with the nose of the football at their own 38-yard line. Fourth quarter to begin. Left-hander Paul Hughes with a pump and a fake and a toss down the field over everyone.
Yeah, that's just a bad read by Paul Hughes there. What happened then was they had like a little wheel pattern. They had a post going, they had a guy going up the sideline behind them. And the defensive back did a great job. And he said, hey, I see what's happening. I'm going to let the post guy go, take care of him. I'm going to stay on the sideline and cover this guy. Just on one thing, the thing that he overthrew it instead of underthrowing it.
It brings to his third down, but not a bad idea when you've only got 2 yards to cover and your fullback Jeremy Starkle has been so productive on short yardage situations most of the day. And here he is again. Oh, burrowing ahead, may not have gotten there.
Looks like he's a half-yard short.
There the linesman jumps in, he didn't get it. And he is at least a half a yard shy. Decision time. Seems to me that down 29-8, this is a spot where you probably want to keep a hold of the football because Cambridge has not been very forgiving once you give it to them.
But not only that, but when you have a fullback who's been running the ball, averaging close to 6 yards a carry, take your chances on there.
That's what they're thinking of doing right here. Goal line defensive stand by Cambridge, and they get to the ball carrier Otto and throw him down, and what aggression that was on 4th down and 1. Superb defense led by Bryce Miller, number 31.
Even though I'm not the coach, but I don't agree with that call right there because here it is, you have a half a yard to go, right-hand the ball to the second guy out of the backfield. That's exactly what will happen. Give the ball to the fullback since he's closer to the line or try a quarterback sneak. That was just, I disagree with that call, man. He should have gave the ball to the fullback or quarterback sneak.
Which may be just what Cambridge needed to put a final tone on this one. If they can take it 39 yards and stick it in the end zone, a lead that might be insurmountable will be on the board.
Jim, that's why I'm up in the press box and he's down there coaching.
Numbers after the third quarter brought to us by Coca-Cola. We'll tell you about them after this play. First down from the 39-yard line. And a nice play defensively by Catholic, firing through and busting up that whole idea was Rick Abler. 12 first downs for Cambridge. The rushing totals becoming quite ominous. Catholic did a better job of throwing the football in that third quarter. In fact, the strike for a score was one. The 3 turnovers have in effect kept Norfolk Catholic alive, at least so until that last drive.
And those numbers right there reminds you of a college team. Right here in the heartlands.
Yeah, we heard of them. Looking on a deep pattern for Ryan Omert, it's a bit long. In the rushing category, Strite has 131 on 16 carries. Leading the way, Starkle, 59 carries, or rather 59 yards on 15 carries. Hughes, though, has been gutty out there, not as efficient as he'd hoped. 4 of 14 for 60 yards. Third down, about 13. Cambridge in Catholic territory. A pitch play to Strite. He's got some speed to spare, and he's got a first down.
Watching this guy run is impressive me, but there's one thing that I see that he's doing wrong. Anytime he gets ready to cut, he's always cutting off that inside foot, and that's why you keep seeing him fall down. If he would learn that when he wants to make that sharp cut to cut off that outside foot, he probably would keep his balance and even gain more. But watch towards the end of this run, watch what he does. Instead of cutting off the outside foot, he gets ready and he plants on the inside foot, and look what happens. It slips right in front, right here. It slips right from under it.
They have identified that with Catholic bringing their corners up close to the line of scrimmage, and that their linebackers may not have as much foot speed, that if you can just get Eric on the highway around that corner, he's going to be able to outrun everybody. It's 1st and 10 at the 29. Now let's see what kind of arm he has. It was about the right distance, but slightly off target as he was looking
just
for
a
Pat
little
Harding.
bit inside.
That's why God gave him feet and God gave Jones the arm.
And that's why he's running the ball instead of throwing the ball.
He was open. Harding was open, but he couldn't catch up to it. 2nd and 10, clock out at 10:17 of the ball game. 29-8. Dan Keyser's Cambridge Trojans with the lead. Straight to the left side. Dips and shucks and jives his way for a gain of about 3 to the 25. Adam Hernick gets the tackle on Strite, who's nearing 200. 3rd down and 6. It's good footwork. And he always turns upfield, or in this case downfield. He never gets his body and his shoulders out of whack. He knows how to get the football in a forward motion. That's instinctual. It's tough to teach that. You gotta kind of just have it.
And fans, if you want to know how hard the wind is blowing, you can hear it in our microphones.
Zach Jones needs a break. He asks for timeout. The first one that Cambridge has burned. So what do you think of this wishbone offense, the one that Cambridge is running, compared to some of the other wishbones you've seen and some of the other triple options that you've seen, Tommy?
Well, this wishbone is a lot different because when you run the wishbone offense, a lot of teams use the option as their primary play. Use the with 3 options. Hitting it up the middle with the fullback, pulling it, going to the outside with the quarterback. But here, they're not using that way. They're using it to where they can either hit the fullback quick or get 2 blockers out for Strike to run behind it and open up holes for him. So this right here is the wishbone offense, but not the true wishbone option offense that you saw that Oklahoma ran, Alabama ran, Army and Navy runs.
What about how the ends of play? Because those are critical guys in the wishbone offense. You always bring your split end and your tight end close to the line of scrimmage. These guys have done a nice job of sealing off on the corners.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be the end, but just the end man on the line of scrimmage. Your job is when you run the option is to try to seal that corner where the running back and the quarterback can get to the outside. And once you do that, then you're gonna have pretty good numbers, offensive advantage with the number of players for the offense against the defensive backs.
It is piled up, 288 rushing yards. 3rd and 6 of the 25. On the end around, Omert gets past the first Charger. A good block. And he is there for the touchdown.
It took a while for them to signal the touchdown, but they gave it to him. One referee said, hey, did he get in? I don't know. I don't know if I should give it to him, but the other one came by and said, why not give it to him? Touchdown.
And the side judge had to rush in to give him his point of view, and he threw the arms in the air. Omert made a big wide turn. This was like the turn the Titanic tried to make to beat that iceberg a few years ago.
And look who's out there giving that block to set him free. The quarterback.
You did that once.
I did that once.
It almost cost you your job.
It almost cost me my job, but I got back up. I was seeing stars after that block, but I got back up.
35-8 now, 9:20 to go. The attempt by Jones is not effective.
That time he bobbled the snap, he was like, okay, should I set it down? The kicker was like, go ahead, but I'm not going to kick it.
Whatever you want to do.
Do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to kick it.
9:20 to play in the title game, and Cambridge looks dynamite. Yeah. That's a big part of it. You got to make sure the ball is on the turf or on the tee the right way. 35-8. With Cambridge comfortably out in front now, it's going to burn off the last 9 minutes and 20 seconds.
Right now, I say it's going to take some misfortune by Cambridge, some issues handling of the ball by Cambridge in order for Norfolk to come back and win this game.
Better make sure you got an extra layer on. It's like a dislocated thumb, what'd you say?
Like she just had surgery or operation on the hand.
Somebody needs to take her to the training room.
I bet she's warm, though.
Keep those ears covered. It's the best way to stay healthy during winter.
It's good to see young fans come out and watch these guys, watch the kids play, get them into all ages.
It's one of the great reasons to have the ball games here at Memorial Stadium is that more people can come and get a good seat, spend the day in their capital city.
And guess what? They're cheaper.
Yeah.
Right on the 50-yard line.
No $1,000 a pair tickets there.
As you can see across the way, Norfolk fans, they got a little idea. They went up under the overhead to cut some of that wind down.
Lamley. Right up the middle to the 35-yard line. Good hard run by Jason Lamley. 9:12 to go. The wind is at Hughes' back. But he's got a big mountain in front of him, 35-8. Look at this, is high purpose. He's got his head and eyes focused on one thing, and that's right down up the gut middle of the football field. One thing about it, when there are 76,000 fans in the stadium, you're not going to get everybody on. But you know, you've only got a couple of thousand. You got a pretty good chance of getting on the tube.
Yes, you do. And just hope, pray that you're not doing anything to embarrass yourself.
Hughes delivers the pass complete. Keyser, the tight end, for a first down up to the 47. Dusty came in with 28 receptions. He's caught a couple today. Just keep this kid's name in mind. Paul Hunt. Or Paul Hughes, rather. He's a player.
Yes, he is. Even though he's young and he's small, I guarantee over the next couple of years, he's going to put on a couple more inches in height. He's going to put on about 10, 15 more pounds. And hey, you might hear things from him on the college level.
If he can have a high school career like that of Paul Hunt, the Papillion La Vista All-Stater, then he's really done something during his years at Norfolk Catholic. But Paul Hughes, number 11. 5 yards there for Starkle. Second down and 5, 48-yard line. Lamley, too much penetration. That has been the key to stopping the eye back of Norfolk Catholic today, Tommy. The kids from Cambridge have done a wonderful job pursuing and beating their offensive line blockers in front.
Yes, they have. Cambridge has played a great game, excellent game defense. But if Norfolk wants to get back into this game, they can't do it by having plays like that. They need the plays where they start marching the ball down the field, not the 2-yard games, but 10, 15-yard games at a time.
Brings it his third down and 5.5. The full house backfield. And flags litter the field. Movement along the front. 5 yards, charge to the red shirts. That's illegal procedure. Third down and 11.
I guess she doesn't want to get sick or catch anyone germs, so she has a little mask over her face.
That's a good mother. Hughes to let her rip. Almost intercepted. Travis Cobb had a chance at that dying quail. The target was Otto. No good. Fourth down and 11.
Pass was underthrown, and the defense back had a chance to intercept when he slips at the last minute. Fourth down.
3 wide receivers to his right. See them all right there. Fourth down from the 46. Hughes, guns incomplete. Had to cross him up by going to the tight end, cutting off the left side. Pass was slightly behind him and nearly picked away. But Norfolk Catholic gives it up on downs.
On that play, the safety knew what was coming. He saw the play the whole way. All he did was just step. He saw the 3-step drop. He saw the snap right there, steps up. He almost picked the ball off.
7.5 to play, 35-8. Cambridge with a lead. The only way to get somebody to smile on a day like today is to either have them be on the winning side or put them on the tube. So we've had a lot of smiles through Memorial Stadium on this championship Saturday.
And most of the time, those smiles aren't smiles because they happen. It's because they're surprised they're on the screen.
Eric Streit, straight up the middle, or not much. He was arrested on the play by Adam Hernick, number 44 in red.
Now here's a time where Cambridge wants to use some of that clock. Run some of the clock. Just run and keep the ball on the ground. Stay in. Don't go out of bounds. Keep staying bounce. Get a first down. Use as much clock as you can.
They got 2 down to the 44. It means 2nd and 8. And Streit with a flag down is tagged down at the 42. We'll sort it out as this day progresses rather arduously at this stage of the game. Statistically, and that's holding against Cambridge, statistically the thing was pretty even after the first period. The difference was just 1 drive. And then when Jones set sail on that 87-yarder, Norfolk Catholic just seemed to be a little bit defeated, Tommy, and though they got the touchdown after the turnover on the long 4th down pass play, they just haven't been able to get clicking offensively.
Yes, I think that long touchdown run really took a lot of the wins out of themselves. They couldn't recover from that. They didn't recover, and right now, as you look at the scoreboard, you're seeing that they really didn't have a chance after that run.
They won back-to-back titles in 93 and 94 at Cambridge High. 2nd down now after the march and 16. Ball back across midfield at Cambridge territory, the 48. Now they're running out of the I, and have been for the last series or so. Streit hands it off on the end around. Lamley is there to handle and greet Mr. Omert, but more or less I think that had to do with the turf. Now flags hit it. We could have a hold against Cambridge.
Well, right here, Norfolk Catholic is saying, hey, if we can't get the ball in turnover, then why don't you keep penalizing yourself, taking it back.
Yeah, there's Clip. Lamley was pushed right into it by his teammate.
That's the worst feeling you can have, the referee throwing a flag right at you.
Even though I didn't touch him, but he just, the forces of nature pushed him from behind.
But blocks like that are hard to stop once you commit yourself.
It's going to be 3rd down and a country mile here. 23 yards to cover, ball back at the 41. I think Cambridge would prefer to just run the football and burn off a little bit of Mr. Clock. Zach Jones. That is the best that Catholic has handled Mr. Streit all day.
And they sent the whole defense out from that time. 5 guys around right hand to him, took the hand off from the quarterback.
Having not seen much of the I formation all day long, Catholic's done a pretty good job against that series and that formation.
Well, it also looks like Cambridge is kind of offbeat right now because they're so used to being the wishbone formation. Now they try something new. They're having problems keeping the guys out of there. Maybe they need to go back into the wishbone and run the ball. 4th and 29 here.
With the boot in the air by Gudenberger. And look at Hughes returning that punt. He's out of bounds at the 43. 5 minutes, 10 seconds to play. We are in the 4th quarter of a 35-8 Cambridge lead over Norfolk Catholic in the title game of Class C2. Catholic looking over their roster of folks. There are going to be a few coming back for next year. Always helps when you have a returning quarterback, and they got him for 2 more years. They're not going to lose him early to the NFL.
That's one big plus for the Catholic is that they have a quarterback who has that experience.
Going to have to find a replacement for Starkle. That'll be tough. Hughes' pass is deflected on 1st and 10. Starkle is going to be difficult. Not only has he run well today, but he has been so instrumental in making that offense diverse. Keying on that, that opened up play action. Hughes, chance to hit Kiesler. Kiesler is only a freshman, so that's a real plus. He's a 175-pound ninth grader. So he's a real athlete under construction. Lamley breaking through, ankle tackled at the 49, short of the first down by 3. But Stipbergen, one of their big tackles, is just a junior, as is Dave Johnson, the guy on the other side. Verbicki will be tough to replace, and I know that finding guys who are skilled enough to catch the football and savvy enough to be able to do something with it after they catch it is tough to find. So you want to get as far as you can when you got them, and this is pretty far in the state title game. There is Starkle. Got through the first wave, but then it's thrown back on 3rd down and 3 from just shy of midfield. He needed to get to the 46.5.
He was just hit right by the half yard before he got there. As you see right here, he gets the ball, takes the handoff. He's running, boom, he's hit right there. Maybe a yard, maybe 2 yards. 2 yards shy of the first down. But Catholic has to go for it. They have no other choice.
And start warming up the backups. We're going to see some different folks in there for Cambridge next time they get the football. It's 4th down and about 2. With a flag flying, Starkle is thundering to the 41. We'll see. Check out another penalty. It has been kind of a messy game that way. That is not a good sign. Our referee, Stan Campbell. It is illegal motion against Norfolk Catholic, so the Knights have to retreat 5 yards.
Instead of being 4th and 2, it's 4th and 7.
And the toss to the 9th grader, Kiesler, for the first down. Good toss by Hughes. Kiesler can catch people in traffic. We know that it's going to be a glum day up in Norfolk, but not as glum as it is in Columbus, Ohio today. It's a lot more glum there than it'll be in Norfolk.
There you hear as the final score of the Michigan-Ohio State game was just announced.
They just announced that Michigan did it to Ohio State.
Once again.
Buckeye offense was sour today. There's a tip, and it's incomplete. It was off of the hands of Jones. Again, Kiesler, the target. But can you imagine the combination these two kids are going to be for the next 2 years? Hughes and Kiesler. Kiesler just a freshman, and Hughes just a sophomore. Well, that means something for Nebraska football, because now Ohio State has a loss and will drop beneath the Huskers in the polls, no doubt. And if Arizona State loses to Arizona, or if they can get upset by Ohio State and the Rose Bowl, that opens up an avenue a little bit. Paul Hughes off the option to Lamley. A little late getting to the corner, and he's drilled out of bounds. Good hit by Hilton. 3 minutes and 6 seconds to play, 35-8. Cambridge with a big lead. Dan Keyser still working over that headset, still trying to come up with a way to stop them. Across the way, you've got the offensive brain trust of Norfolk Catholic. Coach Beller and his assistants, Mike Bibbins, Tim Kazmaier, Todd Pospisil, Kevin Miller, and Jason Van Akkeren.
Right now, all Cambridge wants to do is see that clock taken away. Countdown.
Hughes with a deep drop, throwing a screen the other way for Lamley. He's going to try to outrace one of the on-rushing Brian Miller Cambridge Trojan linebackers. Couldn't do it. And Brad Witt chasing down Lamley. But it looked pretty good. It was just a little slow getting underway, and the toss had a little too much altitude. But here's Hughes with that savvy again, setting it up. And here comes Witt. He is dunked in the tank there. 4th down and 5 with the football at the 34-yard line. .257 to play. And a toss, he wanted Verbicki. Flag down, could be interference.
And that was a great call by the officials there. Defensive back did hit him a little too soon. As you see here on the replay, he drops back and he releases the ball right there. It's too soon. The ball wasn't there yet, so that's a great call by the official. You're not going to hear too many people say that about the official. They made a great call, but that time, that was a great call.
Trying to find a place to take a good nap is hard to do. On the frozen tundra of Memorial Stadium. 2:51 to play, 35-8. Norfolk Catholic looks like a junkyard dog on this drive. They just keep kind of huffing and puffing and jerking and sputtering, but they're down the field. They're at the 19-yard line now. On a drop play, Lamley spinning inside the 15 to the 14. That's where Miller wraps him up. You got to be specific when you start talking about Cambridge linebackers named Miller, because you got Brian, Justin, and Bryce back there. That was Brian Miller, 69.
Are they brothers?
In a town like Cambridge, it seems probable. Size of Cambridge is not out of the realm of possibility. 2nd down after he got 7, 3 to cover and 2:19 to go. 35-8. Starkle shakes one tackle, a second one. Lyle drives his way down for a 1st down to the 7.
I'd like to see this guy be rewarded with a touchdown. He's been running hard all game. Just coach gave him the ball, let him run the ball. He's been working hard all day.
But it still takes 3 guys to bring you down with 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter of a game that has as much disparity on the scoreboard as this. That's impressive. Sort of an inside trap play to Kiesler, the freshman. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 27-point difference. It has been a terrific day for Cambridge. But they're used to this. They had that 35-game win streak snapped by Sutherland in the semifinals a year ago. And now a 12-0 season, ready to make it 13. Hughes guns, and it is broken up. Great read on the ball, thrown up there by Travis Cobb, 28. He read it beautifully. Busted up that aerial intended for Kiesler, but look at the zip that Hunt puts on this ball. I beg your pardon, Hughes puts on this ball. I mean, he just cocks that arm and choo. It's 3rd down at 1:28. Split backs now for Hughes. There's a strike for a score. What a toss by Paul Hughes.
Nice toss. As you saw right there. He worked the linebacker out. He came through the ball right behind where the linebacker was.
Verbicki, a 2nd touchdown reception.
Here it is, as you see it again. What you can't see right here is what the linebacker. The linebacker was there in the spot where the ball was finally thrown. The linebacker worked out and he threw the ball where the linebacker was supposed to have been.
Those sorts of patterns generally result in killing the wide receiver, but he was able to avoid the hard contact and cradle the football. So it's 35-14 with a 2-pointer coming. Got his man wide open, and there's a good toss by Hughes for the 2-point conversion. As Kiesler receives and it's 35-16. Well, with 1:24 to go in the ball game, Norfolk Catholic just wanted to see if they could put a long drive together, and they did. Took it down the football field after that short touchdown pass to Verbicki, and the two-pointer. It's now 35-16. And Cambridge is on its way to the state championship. Take a look at what they've got coming back. Why, it looks even better. You can expect Cambridge to be around a while. Jones is only a junior. Omert's a sophomore. Strite is a junior. Cobb is a junior. You look at.
So here you talk about the people that's coming back. Just those three names that you mentioned are main ingredients of why they're winning this game today. So
you got it.
So they're going to have that experience spot from three guys back next year. And just a few months ago, you mentioned how their 35-game streak was snapped last year in the semifinals. Well, this year they're well on their way to back to that 35-win streak. With add this game to it, it'd be 13-0.
And one of their best down linemen is Chipper Witt. He's a 6-foot, 200-pound sophomore, and he started on both the offensive and defensive lines. He's been out with an injury, so boy, oh boy, this is a team that is just simply loaded and stocked for the next 2-3 years. The onside kick, it is covered by Bryce Fleming. He's a freshman end, number 82, and he takes it to the Catholic 36-yard line.
And this guy said, hey, if you're going to kick that to me, leave me that much field where I can see green, I'm going to take advantage of it. So he was looking to score a touchdown.
Well, for 1:19, we have a chance to see some of the clean shirts out there for Cambridge High. And a brand new quarterback into the lineup, Brent Newcomb.
Well,
he's a sophomore.
You're forgetting that we play on turf, so all the shirts are clean.
Okay, dry shirts. How about that? So fresh running backs, too, as he hands it off to the left halfback, Pat Harding, number 25. He's a junior at 148 pounds. And he cracks it inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. And here comes the big water bucket. They hit it from him. They're still looking for Coach Dan Keyser. I think he turned around and saw something happening, so he straightened up his collar.
And what he did was he put his hat on because he knows it's coming.
Timeout called for by Norfolk Catholic, and Keyser takes refuge in the huddle.
So he runs on the field away from it. And say, hey, they're on my sideline. I'm going to the middle of the field where they can't come on the field and get me.
Now they have the Gatorade bucket hidden. There's Dan. They've got the bucket hidden. They've taken two of their sideline jackets, covered the doggone thing up. So when he comes back, he isn't going to be sure where the ammunition is. He may just say, look, fellas, one of you guys leave and I'll play here next 57 seconds. I think what he wants them to do, and he's telling them right now, is guys, don't throw the football. Just run the football off tackle.
Stay in bounds. Let the clock run.
Don't embarrass the other team. It's been a hard-fought game. We're beating them 35-16. And here they come. They're moving in behind a couple of linemen. The handoff to number 32, Barry Hilton. And here comes the bucket, and he's going to get it here real short. Keyser's out on the field. He's looking behind him. He's got a sixth sense about this, and with all those wins, I can understand why. Now he's looking over the sidelines just to see who's left.
Right now, he's trying to put every one of the players in, try to get them into the game.
And there it is. Kaboom!
And they got him.
He got some ice in the wrong direction. They got a little ice down the wrong chute. It is third down, and Cambridge must negotiate about 6 yards.
Well, as a coach, I know that's one of the best feelings you can have, knowing that when that water comes on, you know that you accomplished something that you've always wanted to do, and that's win a championship.
Off the dive play with 40 seconds to go on fourth down. Actually, it was fourth down. I may have said third. It was actually fourth down. Cambridge is unsuccessful in getting the first down, so Norfolk Catholic gets it back. Running the football was Robert Miller, junior, 177-pounder.
This right here will be the last play of the game.
Oh, it is fourth down. They turned that card over in a hurry. Fourth down with a different quarterback in there is Rux Hoxall, the ninth grader. A good sized ninth grader at 6 foot 162. They've grown big out there. Wow. Ranch community of Cambridge. 12 seconds. Clock is out. They didn't get it on first down. As soon as they reset the sticks and put the football down, that'll be it. And Norfolk Catholic will succumb. Cambridge gets its title back. They won it in 93 and 94. They gave it up in 95.
But they made state claim to it again here in 96.
Terrific run, 92, 93, 94. And through 95 state semifinals, that was a string of 35 consecutive victories, snapped by Sutherland in the semifinals last year. 11 seconds as Hughes unloads deep. It's incomplete. 7 seconds. We have but 7 seconds remaining. A blustery day in Lincoln. Took a while. This is an almost 3-hour ball game. Lots of incomplete passes, lots of penalties and turnovers. But in the end, the Cambridge Trojans were superb on defense, holding down the running game of Norfolk Catholic and allowing that wishbone enough juice to get it into the end zone for a 35-16 win. Another incomplete pass. Now 3 seconds remaining. Just 3 seconds remaining as the celebration will begin in western Nebraska, emanating from the west sidelines of Memorial Stadium. One last play for the sophomore Hughes. A deep throw to Kiesler. He gets the reception. Ball game is over. C2 belongs to Cambridge. A perfect season. 13-0. 35-16 over Norfolk Catholic in the final game.
Well, there you have it. Cambridge, they came out offensively and defensively and played an excellent game. First half was, I think, was the turning point of the game. Cambridge came out, took advantage of field position early in the first quarter, scored on one of the drives, came out second quarter, took a long 80-some yard touchdown run by the quarterback, and I think that place alone right there took all the wind out of the sails of Norfolk Catholic. Second half, Norfolk Catholic came out, tried to show some little momentum, but Cambridge was just too much for them today.
Well, when they had the chance to get the ball back, they'd scored with a couple of minutes to play in the third quarter, and they were only down a couple of touchdowns at that point in time. If they'd been able to get the ball back and regain some momentum, the fourth quarter might have been different, Tommy Frazier, but that is a credit to the Cambridge High Trojans. A terrific illustration of just how unified, committed, and focused this ball club really was. They knew they needed some first downs. They ended up getting a touchdown out of the drive, but they knew that at least they needed a couple of first downs in order to stem the tide of momentum. They did. It was a very effective means of taking the momentum back away from Norfolk Catholic and ensuring another victory, 35-16 over this ball club, a team that they defeated in the 1992, or rather 1993 State High School Championship C2 final. Norfolk Catholic falls to Cambridge that day, and again in 1996. So maybe Jeff Beller's feeling a little bit like John Cooper. I got a great season here, but I just can't shake those guys from Cambridge. That has been their nemesis in the state championship finals. So a big day here for Cambridge. The orange and black out of the Republican Valley Conference, champions of that league in their 11th state playoff bracket, and now with a 4th state championship to go with those won in 1987, 1993, and 1994. They also finished as runner-up in 1978 and in 1992. 35-16. And now for the presentation of the awards, we turn it back to the public address announcer here at Memorial Stadium, Rick Schwigert.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is pleased to have awards for both of these outstanding teams. NSAA Board of Control member Bill Schnorr of Coleridge will present the trophy to Norfolk Catholic, and Nate Steinman of Southern Valley to Cambridge. First to our runners-up, Norfolk Catholic. And now the presentation of the runner-up medals. Number 2, Matt Brewer. Number 3, Landon Hecker. Number 4, Jesse Otto. Number 7, Jason Lamley. Number 8, Trent Cooksley. Number 10, Aaron Koloff. Number 11, Paul Hughes. Number 12, Ben Pitts. Number 14, David Petta. Number 24, Mike Verbicki. Number 25, Sean DeStefano. Number 26, Chad Clausen. Number 28, Mitch Kirby. Number 30, Chad Cunningham. Number 42, Jeremy Starkle. Number 44, Adam Herrick. Number 51, Sean Barrett. Number 52, Rich Abler. Number 54, Tim Raymakers. Number 55, Lee Rexius. Number 57, Ryan Craven. Number 58, Jared Jansen. Number 63, Jesse Ganskow. Number 65, Dave Johnson. Number 67, Kyle Bank. Number 69, John Steifbergen. Number 71, Steve Longchamps. Number 73, Tim Rexius. Number 75, Josh Artery. Number 76, Eric Dendinger. Number 77, Travis Miles. Number 78, Grant Miles. Number 80, Dusty Kaiser. And number 87, Brian Shoemaker. And now here, players and coaches, is your school's Class C2 runner-up trophy. Congratulations, Norfolk Catholic High School. And now, for the 1996 state champion team from Cambridge. Coach Dan Keyser, please accept our championship coach plaque. And now the introduction of players from the state championship team. Number 7, Brett Newcomb. Number 10, Ryan Ditterding. Number 11, Brian Jones. Number 14, Zach Jones. Number 15, Brian Minnick. Number 20, Eric Strite. Number 21, Danny Mayhaffey. Number 22, Ryan Goodenberger. Number 25, Pat Harding. Number 28, Travis Cobb. Number 30, Tony Berg. Number 31, Bryce Miller. Number 32, Barry Hilton. Number 34, Robert Miller. Number 36, Justin Miller. Number 40, Ryan Omert. Number 41, Aaron Getch. Number 50, Kim Evans. Number 53, Heath Ruff. Number 54, Mike Johnson. Number 61, Kevin Gufford. Number 62, Grant Mulring. Number 64, TJ Rooks. Number 65, Luke Liebrandt. Number 66, Dustin Muse. Number 67, Brad Borland. Number 68, Adam Sund. Number 69, Brian Miller. Number 73, Josh Harris. Number 74, Max Hanna. Number 75, Kevin Harsh. Number 76, Chris Gufford. Number 77, Colin Kubik. Number 78, Chipper Witt. Number 81, Cody Feakin. Number 83, Adam Young. Number 87, Mitch Voss. And number 89, Brad Witt. And now, coaches and players, please receive this year's championship trophy. Cambridge High School, Class C2 state champions. This is the third.
So the Cambridge Trojans recapture the championship that they took in 1993 and 94 and cap a perfect season with a win over the Norfolk Catholic Knights in the C2 title game, 35-16. For Tommy Frazier, this is Jim Rose saying so long. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again next time.